The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Horrible Gamers Podcast, show number 184, being recorded on December the 30th, 2017. I am one of your hosts, Gonzalez, also known as Jesuswalksalot. Today I'm joined by my crew plus one from another crew, the TXL crew. But starting off the list here, the Canadian, Ryan Gibson, Gib 877777777 is back. It's back.
What's going on, everybody?
Welcome.
The final episode of Horrible Gamers Podcast of 2017. Let's do this.
We're in this is the last Saturday of the year. Last Saturday of the year. Yeah, we're spending it here with you. And from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunnychief, Henley Merrill is back. Welcome back, Henley.
Hey, Happy New Year, everyone. And still, Happy Holidays.
Happy New Year.
Happy gaming holidays.
Happy opening presents and enjoying them days. Yeah. Yeah. And from the beautiful state of Washington, but Oregon's still better, Wingman 709 from TXL is here. Welcome back, Wingman.
Washington got you beat all the way. No,
Washington has sales tax.
Oregon's very beautiful.
You guys have sales tax up there. Ain't no good.
I'm just glad I don't live in California, so feel sorry for people who live there.
Like me? Yeah.
You're not too far away from it, though, Wayne.
No, I am on the left coast, so unfortunately, but it's
But you know what? Also,
beautiful out here.
You're not quite up into Canadian land either, so perfect right in Washington.
Yeah. You don't want to be up
where I'm
there.
at.
You don't want to be in the Canadian land. Those people.
Yes, you do.
Anyways, guys, with that being said, you can always follow us on Twitter at _horriblegamers. Leave us a voicemail on 971-319-1421. Please rate and review us on iTunes if you get a chance, or on Google Play, on Stitcher Radio, on everything you listen to us on, from the Podbean app down to your Pocket Cast app. Rate us, review us, please. Thank you. We appreciate it. You can always join the Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community, as the group. It is a closed group. You want to join it because there's like 500 and something members in there, always talking about video games and things going on with the community. A lot of arguments about Game of the Year discussions within the community going on there. People don't like PubG winning, but it could win. I don't know. There's Horizon Zero Dawn.
Because you guys were wrong. That's why.
Horizon Zero Dawn is in a very fucking close
This
second.
is the community. This isn't us.
Yeah, the community. The community is there. I mean, the community's voting. We go with what they say, guys. But yeah.
The community's wrong.
You can always email us at feedback@horriblegamers.com. And guys, let's talk about what we've been playing this week. I played a lot of games. I finally finished Wolfenstein. Finished it.
Hey, you saw it finally. You saw it finally, Jesus.
Yeah, I chopped someone's head off, I think.
You put it on baby mode?
Yeah.
No.
No, I was on on easy mode, baby mode, whatever mode it's called.
I don't want.
Wait, which one was it, baby or easy?
Probably baby. I don't know. Because I remember when I started it off, in like normal or above normal. And then I was like, this is too hard. I can't get past like this wheelchair part. So I dropped it down to normal and it was still too hard. I dropped it down again and I was like, these guys are still killing me. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I dropped it down to the easiest. I was like, fuck this game. Drop it down to the easiest. And I felt like BJ Blazkowicz. I mean, I was just a badass. Nothing could stop me. Literally, nothing could. I could walk in a room with 20 dudes in there like a big robot. And I would just shoot everybody and just like, boom, 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 boom. But there's lasers going off around me. Boom, 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 throwing grenades, dodging people. And yeah, beat that. You can't beat that experience.
Nice. I heard it's a great experience.
It was fun. It was fun playing like that, man. You know, because you feel really overpowered. You feel like you just destroy everything. What's really cool about that game is that it does have a New Game Plus mode. And I think all the perks that you unlocked in the first playthrough, you get to keep them and continue on your second playthrough with them. So, yeah. That's why there's like the what's that mode called at the end? Like the last mode? Like the hardest mode?
I don't remember, but you're going out to kill all the Nazi high guys or whatever.
Yeah, there's that one. Those are the Uber commandos, right? And then there's the mode. There's a mode though in the game itself to like if you want to replay it, you have to beat the game once to play that mode, and it's like the super extreme difficult. Like you have a death wish or something like that. It says.
But I don't think that unlocks if you play it on baby.
Oh, sorry, eh?
Yeah,
sorry,
baby.
Sorry. Hey, at least I didn't fucking return the game because I was too fucking. Oh, I'm too proud to put it on baby mode.
Yeah, I played it on baby mode
pride.
too. Jesus,
what's up, Gunny?
Too, man.
We finished the game.
My pride.
Have you played the game?
Oh wait, that was Gunny that didn't want to do it.
Yeah, he was like, I'm too good.
Oh,
I got 6 hours in and said, I'm done with this.
I'm too good to play baby mode. I'm a real gamer. I don't put no baby mode on.
Hell no.
A real gamer finishes what they started.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Anyways, but that experience was really cool, man. The ending of the game is really fun. I like the ending credits, like the video they play at the end, right when the credits start to roll. It's like that video is cool. It's like, fuck yeah, fuck the Nazis, those motherfuckers. And like, yeah, take America back. It was fucking cool.
I remember I finished saying that, and I messaged you guys that this game was very American.
Totally is.
The end was so like America,
bitches, fuck yeah. It was totally like one of those moments. It was. You got like rock music playing in some of these like it was really cool. Like it was, I think it was that last mission that you're on. Like this rock music kicks on, dude, and it's like, fuck yeah, this music is fucking awesome. Like, yeah, this is what I want to hear. And you're in there just shooting the shit out of everybody. Your fucking robots coming down and just crazy shit is happening at the end there. And you got like this rock music playing. That shit was really cool. And now actually, I won't be afraid to say this, but I mean, I died like twice at the end there. That shit was hard.
Yeah.
Those there's like new robots that come in at the very end of the game. And those motherfuckers were like tough. I was like, God, these guys are killers.
Oh wait. Jesus, what path did you end up taking?
What do you mean?
Did you take the path with the dude that tripped out all the time, or did you take the path with I don't even remember what the other guy did, but the one young guy, Wyatt or whatever, he fucking goes on an acid trip in the game if you pick him.
No, I had the guy with the robot arm. With the robot arm.
Oh, okay.
The Irish guy. Yeah, I had him.
See, I didn't have him. I had Wyatt, and he trips out on fucking acid.
I had him, and he was really...
Man,
that Irish guy was really funny in one of the scenes in the game where everybody's drunk. He gets, like, super drunk, and he loses his arm because he gets pissed off at it. He's like, fuck you, I kill you, and he's trying to kill his arm, and he ends up losing it, and you have to go find it after that mission, after that cutscene. It's like, go find his arm. So you're, like, walking around the ship asking people, like, hey, have you seen his arm? They're like,
I wondered how much different the game is, because I played the opposite side of it, so I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, it was really cool. His arm was like had like a mind of his own, so it like flip people off and shit, like punch people, and like he was like, "Fuck, I didn't mean to do that." It was really funny.
I kind of want to play it again.
It was really cool. His character is really awesome. I really liked his character because he was like the commander, right? Like one of the leaders of the ship or something. It was really cool, like seeing him, and he was like all drunk, passed out, and everybody's trying to wake him up, and you're looking for his arm. That was really cool.
Okay, I gotta ask you something, and I'm gonna try and not spoil a moment, but I want to know if you still saw this moment.
Okay.
At close to the end.
Okay.
His wife comes in and saves the day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that moment?
She comes in and saves the day.
Yeah, I heard about that on Giant Bomb.
Is it the very last scene? The very last scene before the last mission?
Yes.
Yeah, where
the door
she comes
opens,
in.
there's a bunch of guys in there.
The Hound is in there.
She comes out with the grenade.
Yeah, and the guns. Yeah, that shit was pretty cool. It was awesome. Yeah, it was interesting how they did that. Yeah.
Pregnant lady, naked, covered in fucking blood, firing guns.
Just blood everywhere, like so bloody. It was insane. How I was like, what the fuck?
Again, another fucking America moment.
Yeah, it was that was an America. All she needed, like, was like a fucking American flag to drape over her when she was done shooting or something.
If it like fell from the ceiling and like landed on her.
Yeah,
like,
or
something.
Her up. Something. I mean, that's all she needed for it to be like a total America moment, man. Yeah, the game is fun though. I really enjoyed the game. It was awesome going through there and seeing like just the different things going on in the world. I mean, the world was very interesting. It's a different world that we get to see right in this game than the reality we live in.
And you know what's funny? I just started watching what's that show called? The fucking
Man in the High
Tower.
Castle or High
Oh yeah,
Tower
yeah.
or
It's on
something?
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's it's got a very similar storyline, right? So
Yeah, that story is very similar, but they're not as high tech as they are in this. In Wolfenstein. Yeah, in Wolfenstein, they're like high tech, fucking awesome engineers and shit, making cool robots and shit that kill people. It's fucking nuts. And yeah, another Man in the High Tower or whatever, High Castle, I think.
High Castle.
Man in the High Castle.
Yeah, that one. It's a pretty cool show. I watched it. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun times, guys.
I think I watched the first season. Yep.
I recommend you play Wolfenstein 2.
I don't recommend it.
What?
I'm kidding.
I recommend you play it.
Just play it on baby.
It was fun. What I don't like about the Uber Commandos, though, those guys that you have to go chase and those like side mission guys.
Did you finish all that?
All those guys, all they have is like they all have the same thing. They all do the same thing. They all have like those stupid grenade launcher pistols.
But did you finish all those?
No, I didn't do not all of them. No, I did a few,
I did
but
like 2 or 3 of them, and then I was like,
this is boring. I'm not gonna do all this shit. Like, no way. Yeah, those guys, they're all kind of the same. And I was like, I wasn't really impressed with that. I kind of, I don't know. And then the campaign, it was an okay length. It was like maybe 8-10 hours on baby mode, 10 hours maybe. And I was still on baby mode. So, I mean, I was running through there like constantly just running through there, man. That's what all I did was run and shoot. Yeah, it was like still 10-hour game. And pretty interesting. Anyways, that's that, guys. I finished.
What else did you play, Jesus?
Wolfenstein. I played a lot of other games, guys. I played some more Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, I played this throughout the week a lot, man. I was having a lot of fun playing it. And last night, I actually played it with Taggin1. That's Gary. Shout out to him.
Yes.
I know he listens to the show. I'm not sure he's on Facebook, but he does listen to the show. I was talking to him last night in the party. And so playing with him last night after we played some PubG, we went over to play some Star Wars Battlefront 2. And that game it's good. It's a good game, man. That game is fucking solid, except for one thing. One thing happened last night. So we were playing on the map. Forget what map it is. But you're the little droid guys, you're the separatist army or whatever. You're those little robots. Like, Roger. You're them. You're attacking the palace, and you're fucking going in a straight line, like escorting your big ship. And then you get to the palace, and you have to do some things inside the palace and capture it or whatever. Capture these points, and then capture the middle at the end. Anyways, so we were playing the match, and during the gameplay, I noticed for a while there that I kept spawning without a squad. Like, I was the only person on my squad. I was like, why? Why is it the last 3 times that I spawned, there's no other person spawning with me? Like, you know how I usually spawns you with the squad, right? So I look at the scoreboard, and it's like 5 versus 20 people. I was like, oh, fuck, no wonder. Like, these guys outnumber us, 5-1 almost. It's freaking crazy. So we got to the end of the map. Half of their team quit, so there was like 10 of them left, and like a lot of our team quit. So then there was 3 of us left. 3 of us. Me, Taggin, and like another random in our team. So what I did was I told Taggin, follow me. So we spawned. We ran back all the way to the beginning of the match, where the match starts. We ran all the way back there, and we waited there for 50 fucking minutes. We were trolling the other team for 50 minutes almost. And they finally just all quit until one dude was left. One guy stayed in the whole match. He was still waiting for us to get down there and attack the fight. He was like, fuck you guys. I'm not leaving this. I'm staying here. I'm going to defend my objectives until the end. So then he spawned in as Yoda. He kept fucking killing us. He kept killing us. And we had gone down to like the very last section of the map, which was like capture the circle at the end of the palace. on the top of the palace there. You got to capture a little circle. It's just a little circle, and you have to stay in the circle to cap it. And he was Yoda, and he was in the circle, just running in circles as Yoda, just running in circles really fast. And like me and Taggin, we just kept spawning in as droids, and we're like, fuck, dude, this guy keeps killing us. And we had like 70 something lives, so we weren't really worried about that because there's no time limit, right? The game had no time limit. It's just if you get down to 0 lives, you're gonna lose the match, and if you cap it, you win. That's it. There's no timer. So we're like, fuck this guy. So then Taggin is like, dude, look at this. And he busts out and he comes out as Darth Maul, dude. So then we run up there and he's Darth Maul. I'm like one of the little droid guys. I run up there with him and I just stand there and watch fucking Yoda and Darth Maul duke it out. It was like a fucking movie. These guys are jumping around, fucking hitting each other with the lightsabers. They're like clashing the lightsabers with each other. Like, man. It was fucking cool, dude. It was so cool. I even told him, I was like, I can't believe I didn't record that. He's like, why didn't you? I was like, I don't know, dude. I was just so like caught up in the moment watching you guys fight. He ended up beating Yoda. He like killed him or something. But it was really cool just watching that fucking fight. It was awesome, dude. Like, it was pretty amazing. But yeah, the end of the story was that me and Taggin won the match, even though we were outnumbered at one point. We still won.
Nice. And you stuck with it.
Bunch of people
We stuck with it, dude. Everybody quit. They were all fucking... They were shooting at us from across the map. They hit me a few times. I was trolling them, jumping around, like, shooting back at them. And finally...
Sound like you're just really having fun with it.
There was one guy left, and we went over there and killed him. And at the end of the match, I kind of like felt bad. So I kind of messaged him, and I was like, hey, man, look, good game. You know, you were a good sport about it. Like, good game. Like, honestly, good game. And he was like... No worries, man. He's like, you guys did a good job. He's like, I was laughing my ass off the whole time. He's like, I couldn't believe you guys actually pulled that off. I was like, I couldn't believe it either, man. And he's like, yeah. He's like, that's wild. He's like, it is the craziest experience I've had with Star Wars yet. He's like, that was nuts. I was like, yeah, because they totally had the match, dude. They had like all these heroes up there. They had like all the fucking Jedis. They had like all these characters up there defending their base, and we were just in the back camping our fucking spawn. Just like sitting back there, just running in circles, taking screenshots. Yeah.
Jesus trolls a lot.
That was cool, man. It was a cool experience. Yeah. And I gotta say, man, EA needs to fix that. They need to add like a timer to the match or something, like a half an hour timer or something to the match.
Yeah.
I mean, because people are just too... They're too...
Probably turn that into a... what do you call it? A loot box or a microtransaction if you want to sit in the spawn area.
Yeah, right.
You got to pay him $2 every minute.
Yeah, like it totally like it broke the game. Those guys straight up quit because they were like, we can't kill them, and they couldn't come to us because if they would get like past our spawn, right, it would be like timers counting down for them to die. So they couldn't get past the spawn. So like they were just stuck. They were stuck, and me and Taggin were just running around the city looking at the city like, oh, this is pretty cool. Come over here. Check, look at this. We were just looking at the buildings and being tourists while they were just over there in their spawn waiting for us.
Because it sounds like people are just going to be impatient and say, okay, well, there's no timer. I'm just going to quit at this point.
Yeah, just sit there. Yeah, that's what they did. They just quit. They were like, fuck these guys. They knew what we were doing, and they quit. They probably reported us to Microsoft too, but oh well. Oh well. Guys, I played some more games this week.
Recorded. I'll be submitting it to EA and Microsoft both. Ban this Jesus guy. He's a cheater. He's a hacker.
I'm not a hacker. Hey, I didn't hack anything. I used what they put in the game. I didn't exploit anything. They have that in the game. That is a thing in the game. I didn't hack it. I didn't break it. I didn't like find a way to go back to the spawn.
You did exploit it.
No, not really. It's not really against the rules. It's just there.
The nature of the intended way to play the game.
No, it's not. How did I know?
Yes, it is.
If it was against the nature of that, they should put a wall back there that says you can't go behind this wall. You have to stay in this area or go forward. Yeah. Go forward. Like, you can't go back. Go forward, motherfucker. Like, yeah, they just didn't. They didn't care. So, anyways, I played another game this week, guys. I played lots of games. I played another game this week called 911 Operator. So, this is a game that I talked about the other week. I played it more this week, and that game is hard. That game is so hard. That game is like, it feels like so cheesy, but it's so hard at the same time. It's like, what the fuck am I doing with my life right now? What's going on? So anyways, you know, you answer 911 calls or whatever. People are calling, like, 911, okay, what's your emergency? Then there's prank callers and shit on. They're like, fuck you. And like, So then you got to like send cops and everything. But every city gets harder, man. Now I'm in Chicago, and I had like a bunch of cool things unlocked for the cops. Like I have like motorcycle cops, like cops in like badass cars, like helicopter ambulances and everything now. But it's so hard sometimes when you get like 50 calls. You have like all these icons on the screen. You have to go to all of them, and you don't have enough cops to send.
Does it have
so hard.
a thing where when the notifications are showing up where maybe that first call that you never responded to, does it show you like, oh, that person died?
Yeah,
if
it
you
does.
Don't respond to it.
It does.
enough?
Yeah, like it says like, oh, this person overdosed and you didn't respond fast enough. He's dead. It's like, oh shit. Okay, well, sorry. Or like this person, or like this person got shot and you didn't respond fast enough. You know, he's dead. Or this person died because he fell over and hit his head on the sidewalk, but he bled out anyways because he didn't respond fast enough. But it's like, what do you respond to, all right? You have somebody who got shot, and then you have cops getting shot at. So, like, where do you send your cops? To help your other cops? Because then they could get killed. Or do you send them to help the dude who got shot and he's on the sidewalk? It's like, where the fuck do you send people? It's really hard, man. You got to make a lot of those decisions. And it's a really it is a stressful game. That game is so, like, what the fuck am I doing?
You know, last week's show where I think maybe it was Harlan or one of the people in the community asked the question of, what job would you not want to do? And my first thought was a 911 operator or a
that
police
job
officer.
seems very stressful. Yeah.
Very,
very stressful.
No. If somebody called me up as a 911 operator and be like, my house is on fire, I'd be like, oh my God, what are you going to do?
Yeah, and there's people that do call you up. There's people
that would be me, no training, you know?
There is people that call you in the
Sucks
game.
to be you, man.
And there is people that do that. They'll call you and they'll be like, my kitchen's on fire. And then you have 3 responses, right? And it's like, ma'am, calm down. You know, are you in the house? Yes, what's the address? And then they give you the address and they're like, do you have a fire extinguisher? No. Okay, get out of that fucking house. Firemen are on the way. You know, or like sometimes they'll be like, yeah, I have a fire extinguisher. Well, then put it out. Because they'll be like, my sink is on fire. All right, you have a fire extinguisher? Yeah, okay, put it out.
The water on.
And it's like, oh, that helped. And it's like, well, okay, thank you for calling 911, ma'am. Well, you know, and then it's like, you can still send the firemen over there if you want to, but you don't have to really because, you know, the fire is out. So it's like, really, do you need to send them? So that game is really like that. But it's okay. It's okay. Other game that I played, of course, this week.
Jesus, real quick. I don't want to take you off track, but are you going to talk about the story you posted in the group today?
The swatting?
Yes. Are you going to talk about that later?
I could, yeah. Well, I mean,
oh,
I don't know if it's on the
whole
notes.
911 thing just made me think of that story you posted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's in the news.
Oh, wait, yeah, it is in the news, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see it on there.
I'm hoping we'll talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. But another game that I played this week, guys, of course, was PubG. And I played Golf Story a little bit. Golf Story's cool, but I'm going back to PubG now. I got my 3rd chicken dinner literally right before the show.
Wow.
Right before I came on the Skype call. My last game on Xbox was PubG, and it was a winner chicken dinner, dude. Oh, my goodness. Man, that felt so good.
Well, you got another one, too, earlier this week.
I did. I got another one this week earlier with you.
Yeah.
You must be full.
That's so, dude. That game, there's something about that game that, like, it's just the feeling you get in the end where your adrenaline is, it's like, it's pumping, dude. You're like, I can't fucking, and then you shoot the guy and it's like, everything just stops and it's like winner chicken dinner and you're like number 1. You see it on the screen, the countdown starts to like a minute and you're like, holy shit, you feel so good. You can't help but yell and scream and just be excited. You're like, yeah, you know, you're just screaming. Like, dude, like I go crazy on my headset when people are with me and I win, man. Yes. I go nuts. I go fucking crazy. I'm like, yeah, I won. It's like so good. And then just the game, what I like about that game is everything is high stakes. That game is not about like, it's not luck. It's all really like being tactical and being patient and being just patient enough to get a kill. Because if you're not patient in that game, you're going to die if you move a lot. If you're like, no, I'm just going to just go. Like, no, dude, you got to be thinking all the time, okay, if I run out in this field, where could people be shooting me from? They could be shooting me from over there, Okay, should I run? Should I crouch? Should I crawl across the fucking field? What should I do? You gotta think about these things. And in this game, what's really awesome is you get a kill, you know that person's game is over. That's the coolest feeling. You're like, that's right. Go back to the main menu, dude. You're done. Your game here is done. Go start a new one because you're out of this lobby. You know, and it's like Rainbow Six Siege, like Counter-Strike, but on a bigger fucking scale. It's like one life. That's it, man.
That's why I thought you were gonna really like this, Jesus, when I was playing it on PC. When I played it at first, I was like, "This is a Jesus game.
Totally.
He's gonna really like this game."
And there's plenty of people that I played with that just love this game, and I feel like no other game this year. I mean, besides like Ghost Recon Wildlands or maybe even Pinball FX3 this year, has brought the community more together than this game. And it's not just bringing our community together. I'm seeing like gamers from like the TXL group coming into our group and playing with us and us playing with them.
I've played with quite a few
everybody,
members,
man. Just
a lot more than any other game that I can think of.
It's like, it reminds me of like the Rainbow Six Siege when we were playing that a lot back earlier this year and late last year. We were playing that game quite a bit and everybody was just playing Rainbow Six Siege for a while. But what it brought me back to, guys, no kidding. Today I was sitting there playing this game with the party, right? With these two British guys and Brink. These are Brink's friends from Halo 3. They found him on Xbox Live. They were his squad from Halo 3. 10 years later, they're playing together again because of PUBG.
He was on all day. Brink, you were on all day with those
10 fucking years later.
I was waiting for you to
guys
stop playing with
even
those
one of the
so
guys,
that me and Jesus can join. But
one of the guys today, because Brink was like, it's been 10 years, right? And the guy was like, don't remind me. It makes me feel old. He's like, you were like 15 back then, man. He's like, no, actually, my 17th birthday's tomorrow. It was like, yeah, man. It's like when you think about it, it's like, holy crap, time does fly. And it's crazy how like friendships are made, right? But this game, what it reminded me of completely was Titanfall, when Titanfall came out on the Xbox One originally. Just how everybody was hyped up, everybody was playing that game, everybody loved it, everybody on Xbox was like together, just like everyone that you could think of on your friends list was gaming on Titanfall when that game came out. Everyone.
Everybody kind of moved from COD over to Titanfall.
And then once that fell off, right, like now it's Battlefield and shit like that. But I feel like Fortnite and PUBG are the two games that I see most of my friends playing nowadays.
Yeah.
With some Rainbow Six Siege mixed in there, but I mean, it feels like everybody's playing PUBG or
I would say a lot of
Fortnite.
There's a few friends that are not part of this community that I don't think that they are, and I've met them playing Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool people that you meet, man, and especially like PUBG is just fun. That game is just fun. It's like, it's so stressful, but yet it's so fun. It's so satisfying in the end if you win.
It's satisfying when you run over an entire squad too.
Yeah, Wingman and I were playing the other day with Brink. I literally ran over like fucking 5 or 6, 7, maybe 8 people that whole match, dude. I just run, boom, hitting like just tons of squads, just running them over. We were just all cracking up, dude.
Jesus, were you with us when we were? Yeah, you were with us when we did the car run
last night. Last night it was like a movie. So me, Gib, and 2 of other people. Was it Jiggly? Jiggly and Taggin.
Jiggly
and Taggin.
And Taggin. Yeah.
We were in a Jeep. We're going towards a circle. I think Jiggly was driving or Taggin was driving. Taggin was driving. We're hauling ass, right?
Yeah.
We stop near a house and we're getting shot at. They blow out our back passenger tire. I'm like, take off. And Taggin's like, fuck, I'm trying. We take off down the road. Here comes a Jeep down the hill shooting at us. He comes onto the road. It's like a fucking movie. This shit was like a movie. They're hanging out of their fucking car, pulling up next to us, shooting at us. We're hanging out of our car, shooting back at them. Finally, they shoot out our other tire. Taggin spins the car out. We spin out somehow. We're like, fuck, run to the next Jeep, because there's like another Jeep parked right there. So we're all running to the next Jeep. Those guys, they flip a U-turn. They're coming back at us. We jump in the Jeep. We take off driving. I'm the driver. And then somehow they had blocked off the road. They had like
there was another squad
that had blocked off, right?
And then there was they were all standing in front of a big box. And Taggin tries to hit them at the big box, and we all jumped out of the car as the box hit. We all hit the ground. Everybody starts shooting at each other, and we all died.
Yeah, that was intense, though. But it was just that moment of being chased next to the other car, and everybody's hanging out of the car shooting at each other. It was like, oh my God. It felt like a movie, man. This was intense.
Right.
Never seen that happen before. That was really fucking cool. It was awesome.
Another story about PUBG. I was playing with King Jiggly, Taggin, and was it you, Gunny? Were you there? Were you there for the Jiggly Bush?
I played with Jiggly a few times, but I don't remember.
Oh, no, okay. We were. I can't remember who else was with us, but I was me, Taggin, and Jiggly. I know that much. It might have just been the three of us. I think we might have been playing 3-man squads. But anyways, we go in, and I can't remember what happened. Taggin was still alive, and I think I got killed later in the game, and then he was still alive with Jig, and then he got taken out. So Jiggly makes it all the way to the end. This is why I'm calling him Jiggly Bush. He's basically hiding in the bush, and the fucking circle was closing on him. So it was like he didn't have to move anywhere, and there was like 7 bushes all around him. And here's fucking Jiggly, pick a guy off, pick a guy off, pick a guy off, move to the next bush. Pick a guy off, pick a guy off, pick a guy off, move to the next bush. And he's just like fucking slowly moving from bush to bush and just fucking taking everybody out. And then it got down to one last guy, and the fucking guy finally saw him in the bush and took him out. But we got second place. But that was a hilarious story for PUBG.
Yeah.
It was just bush diving. It was pretty fun.
And that's
Very
what makes this
moments.
game. That's what makes this game amazing, man. I mean, there's matches where we go from having nothing to literally almost winning the match because you're like, dude, we just kill people and take all their shit and we almost win. And that's like so crazy how you could just do that. You could start off the game with literally no clothes on and win the fucking match at the end. We did that. The last chicken dinner I got, we went in there naked. And we won the fucking match at the end. I don't know how we did it, but we pulled it off, man. I got a headshot at the end, and we won. That was wild. And there's so many stories, like Jiggly shooting me in the head when I was like gonna go help him.
No, he didn't. He shot you in the ass.
He did.
He almost shot you in the head because you were zigzagging in front of him. You kept, and it was funny because you zigged and he shot, and then you were zigging back and he shot again, and it was on the other side of your head. I was like, holy fuck, Jig, look out.
Yeah. He shot me, man, because he was downstairs on the bottom of the floor of the building that I was in, and he was like, there's someone down here with me. He's shooting at me. And I run down. I'm like, all right, dude, I'm coming to give you cover. I go down there, and I'm unloading on the guy in the room, right? He's backing away. I'm trying to move in there. As I'm moving into the door to get the other guy, Jiggly just shoots me. He just shot me. I'm like, what the and it's like, friendly fire. Jiggly shot you. I was like, what the fuck? I was so mad. I was like, you got to be kidding me right now. It's like, really, man?
Friendly fire seems to be a trend with you guys.
You just had an itchy trigger finger.
Yeah, that game is really bad with itchy trigger fingers, man. Like the other day.
Hey, Wing, I haven't killed anyone else, all right? So
I think I blew away. I killed. I think it was who was it? Wolfie, Papa Wolfie. It was one of them. I mean, I was in an apartment complex. I had a shotgun on me, and like these guys were like a few houses away from me, and I was like, all right, there's nobody near me. If I hear any noise, be ready to shoot. I heard a window break. As he's opening the door to come at me, he never said like, hey, Jesus, I'm going towards you, or I'm going to your building. He just breaks the window, walks through the door. I unload one shot. Like, I just shoot. I didn't even like aim. I just shot the door. He like died right away. Like, boom, down. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I'm sorry, man. He's like, what the hell, Jesus? I'm like, dude, you should have told me, hey, Jesus, I'm coming into your building. Don't fucking shoot me.
Do that, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm behind you. I'm coming in.
Into someone's building. I'm like, I'm coming in with you. Your footsteps. It's me.
Don't shoot. That's PUBG etiquette, man. You got to tell people when you're going into the building.
Remember that, guys? Remember that in Rainbow Six Vegas 2? Remember that?
Yeah, you got to communicate. Yeah. Both those games, you got to communicate. You have to be talking to each other.
On RV6 too, where it's like you got to tell them you're going to come up behind them.
Don't just come up. Yeah, don't do that in PUBG, man. That game is so itchy trigger. Like, Yeah, you just want to shoot everything that moves. You're like, fuck, it's the bush is moving. You're shooting at the bush.
Yeah, there's so much tension in that game. It's like you're just it's tense moments, and you're like with you, Wing. It was a tense moment. There was a huge firefight. Shit was going on, and then you just came around the corner. So I just fired.
Crawling.
It's like instinct.
Crawling on the ground. Telling you, I need help.
You weren't telling me.
Okay, that's a different story.
Buddy, ba-bam. I help.
I'll put you out of your misery, man.
Help you with some lead.
He just looted me. That's all.
That's all he wanted. He wanted your gear. He liked your shirt, Wingman. He liked the shirt you were wearing.
I don't think you had anything, did you? Yeah, you did. Because you were in that firefight, so you must have had something.
That's awesome. Yeah, but that game is all about the stories that you make while you're playing that. That game is so good. So good, guys. Like,
I had the most fun when I'm with a squad and we're just doing stupid shit or running away from the fucking wall and like freaking out. You know what I mean? Like, that's the best part of that game. It's so much fun.
Yeah,
it is.
Playing by yourself, I feel like I played by myself today quite a bit, and I got to third place in one of the matches. There's a lot more, like, you're right. There's a lot more you're riding on when you're playing alone, because you know there's nobody that could pick you up. You know if you go down, that's it. You're down. Like, you're done. Like, no matter what, dude. And it's just, playing solo, it just, I don't know, it feels good, but it doesn't at the same time, because you're like, it's so stressful, man, because you're literally watching everything that moves. Like, you see something moving, oh, should I shoot at that thing over there? It just moved. Is that somebody laying on the ground? I don't know if it's somebody laying on the ground. And then it's just so much. It's not like in squads where you're just like, hey, man, is that something over there? It's like, no, dude, you're tripping. I'm zooming in on. There's nothing there. It's just a bush. It's like, oh, okay, all right. You know, it's like you could have somebody that's covering you and
that
helping
bush
you
is
out.
moving. Shoot it.
But yeah, the game is cool though, man. There's a lot of cool guns in there. The M249 is really good. Level 3 backpacks are the shit because you carry so much stuff in them. Ghillie suits are awesome. Yeah.
I've never seen the ghillie suits.
You only
find
get
that
those
like in a drop
in the
box
drops,
or drop thing.
I stay away from those.
The M249s are also a thing you only find in the box. Is the M249. I think the AUG. There's a sniper rifle in there, and then there's the ghillie suit that spawns in there as well. Those are the things that you find. They're only in the drops.
A little bit of everything in there, yeah, like med kits and
That ghillie suit though, man, playing like in the grass at the very end, you could hide anywhere. You could just literally lay there. People run right over you.
Do they always drop the ghillie suit at like when the circle's like closing all the way in, or does it?
It doesn't always drop. I don't know how the drops actually work. I haven't been able to like see how those work because it's not. I don't get them every game, right? Yeah. But I know for a fact that the M249 only comes in those. The ghillie suit only comes in those because I have gotten those in there. I've gotten the sniper rifle in there as well, but. Yeah, I don't know, man, how randomized those things are, because sometimes you get there and there's only like an M249 and like 300 bullets and that's it. I was like, well, okay, like, this is cool, I guess. Like,
you just walk to a death trap.
Yeah, for like one gun and 300 bullets. You're like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. There's fucking smoke and shit that people could see from like miles away going off, and you're like, what the fuck? What is this? You know?
And anyone close by with a high vantage point is sitting there with a scope,
just waiting to fucking shoot you. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and that happens so often. But PubG, man, PubG, play it, guys, play it. Preview. There's still a lot of bugs in the game though, but
do you get an hour free or whatever, right? With game preview?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that because I bought it day one, so I didn't.
I think most people did too, yeah, but I think you do get a trial for an hour.
So I think if you haven't tried it, at least you can get an hour in as well as a game preview.
That's cool.
Yeah, all the game previews have a trial for an hour. Yeah, I forgot about that. You should try it out, guys. Try it. And if you don't like the PUBG, how like wonky it is, or whatever reason you don't like it, go play Fortnite. That game is just as fun.
And I mean, let's be honest, PUBG's getting better.
Yeah, way better.
It's getting
than
better.
It was at first. I feel like now I could drop out of the plane without any drops or like frame rate drops. Really, the frame rate drops.
I still see frame rate drops.
Not as significant though as were in day one.
No, not as much.
Yeah, but still there. And ain't no 30 frames a second solid. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Fucking Xbox. World's most powerful console.
Did you play anything else, Jesus?
No. Besides that, not really, no. I mean, not that I can remember at the moment, no.
All right.
What have you played, Canadian?
That we haven't talked about yet because, yes, PubG I played,
course,
Star Wars Battlefront 2 I've been playing. I've been having a lot of fun with Star Wars Battlefront 2 as well. I played through the campaign.
It's a good game.
I enjoyed myself.
Did you finish
this is
it?
a decent game. Yeah. I
Campaign
finished
is
it.
good, right?
But I don't have the DLC. Is that free DLC?
Yeah, it's all
Or
free,
do you
man.
have to buy that?
Yeah.
No, it's all free.
Okay, I might have played through it then, because there was like a little chunk after.
Okay, what missions? Tell me what did you play at the end? Kylo Ren, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you play with Iden Versio and her daughter?
No.
Okay, now that's the next mission. That's the one that's the DLC mission.
Okay, maybe I gotta
What's
look.
the one
and see
that's
if I
like-
still have it, because I'll play it. I'll play it tomorrow. Even,
Yeah,
maybe.
it's free. It's not even that long. It's like an hour, maybe, if that. Right,
Yeah.
Wingman? Wingman didn't like it, but I liked it. It's like an hour.
Sorry, didn't like what?
The last mission that came out for Star Wars Battlefront 2, that DLC one.
It was just super short.
Oh, but it was free, man.
You know,
I mean,
there's only like, it's not free. You still
it's
paid for the
free.
game.
It's free.
Whatever.
Yeah, but I mean,
I know I can't complain.
First hit's free.
yeah, always.
So
No, it just was super short. I expected a little bit more, but
yeah.
I played it. I mean, it was okay, but it was a lot more dialogue. It was like 90 minutes max, and
hmm
maybe half of that was you actually playing.
Yeah.
That's all. I just kind of was like, okay. I thought there was going to be a little bit more to it, but
Yeah. I mean,
So
I don't know. I liked it. What I like about Star Wars Battlefront 2, guys, it's just they totally were able to capture the feel and the look and the sounds of Star Wars. It feels like you're in a movie. It sounds like you're in the fucking movies. It's like you're in the fucking movie, dude. Like, everything just looks so good. Like, that has to be, like, one of the best looking games on the console at the moment.
Yeah, probably close to, yeah. But I mean, the original Battlefront was the same way when it came out. Like, it
That
looked
Dyson,
amazing.
yeah, that engine, dude. Frostbite 3 is amazing.
Frostbite engine.
Yeah, fuck. Those guys are nuts. Anyways.
But yeah, so I had a good time with Star Wars. Even I got in.
Me too.
I never really cared for the multiplayer, but I got in there and started playing. And I was like, you know what?
You played with
got
us,
into
right?
that specialist class. I was doing well, like just sitting back and kind of sniping some people off, like from afar. I would find a group of my guys that were going in, and I'd just kind of trail behind them, and then start picking people off when I see them start firing at my buddies. So it was good, man. I had fun with that. So another good game that kind of got panned really, really badly about the whole microtransaction thing and everything, but it's unfortunate because the game is actually really good. Like,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
So then,
I think that's why Activision doesn't care. You know why they're just like, hey, we made an awesome game. So
well, that and it's
EA.
Star Wars, so it's going to sell just
mean
off
EA.
the sell anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
The name's going to sell on itself, yeah. Especially with the movie coming out and everything. You know kids are going to want it.
So then I picked up a couple of games that were on the sale. I picked up the original SteamWorld Dig because I really enjoyed SteamWorld Dig on the Switch. So I was like, you know what? It's on sale on Xbox. I'll pick up the first one. And I played a little bit of that, and it's the same game, just a few different, different gameplay things that were added into the second one that aren't in the first one. And then I got I Am Bread, which
I saw that game. It's like $2, right?
yeah, it was like $2, so I was like, whatever, I'll grab it. And it's
Bread.
interesting. I can't seem to get into the toaster, but I don't know. I'll try again sometime. You're basically a piece of bread and you flop around. It's like a physics thing, right? So your triggers are each corner of your piece of bread. So you hold down whichever triggers you want to hold down to get your bread. Like, if you hold down the triggers, those corners of the bread are sticking to the floor. So then you can flip your piece of bread over and then use the next triggers to flip over again. So you're like constantly flipping and moving forward and trying to flip yourself up on top of things. And you can hang on if you push the buttons, that whatever particular corner is associated with that button will stick, like hold on. and then you flip yourself up and then stick that corner, you know what I mean? And you just kind of keep going, and it was really difficult. And then I got to the end where I was supposed to get in the toaster, and I could not get my piece of bread into the toaster to toast myself. I was like, what the fuck? I just couldn't do it, and then I gave up. I have to it sit.
It just sounds so stupid.
It does.
Stupid. It's totally stupid.
Yeah.
But like that's sort of the fun about it, right? Like it's hilarious too, because you're sitting there watching your piece of bread go across, picking up all this dust and garbage and stuff sticks to your piece of bread as you're flipping around. And I guess you want to try and get the cleanest piece of bread you can by the time you get to the end and toast yourself. I don't know. I didn't finish the level, so I don't really know what happens, but yeah,
check that out, Ryan. Now that you've purchased that.
It, Gunny, so check it out. And then the last thing, well, no, I got one other thing after that, but the last console game that I've been playing is Titanfall 2, and I am having a friggin' blast playing Frontier Defense. I've been playing with Jonathan and Gamer Couch and
Gamer Couch. Paradox?
No, Paradox wasn't there. Pinpoint Red. I think there was someone else too, but I can't remember. We were playing with a bunch of different people. But yeah, we've just been doing Frontier Defense, and it's a blast, man. I really
I feel
got
like that mode just never gets old. Same maps.
Yeah, I really got into my groove with the Titan that I was using. I was using an Ion, and like I had been using Tone and one of the other ones. I can't remember what name it was, but I usually use those two. And I got into Ion, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is my Titan. This is the one I need to be using. And we were just fucking romping people. It was a blast, man. I'm really having fun with that. So I'll be playing more Titanfall 2 with Jonathan Hall and probably Gamer Couch too. So yeah, join us, man, if you want to play some Titanfall 2. And then the last thing I got, DropMix. I mean, you guys might know this already because I've been posting on the Horrible Gamers group. This game is so much fun. If you have a party atmosphere, or even if it's just you and a friend, or even if you just want to sit there and mess with the cards and do a freestyle thing and mix songs together and stuff like that, you can do that too. The game is a blast. It's a little expensive. It's been on sale for the last little while. So I mean, hopefully if you can get out and catch this sale at like half price right now, pick it up. It's worth it. It'll come with 60 cards, so you have enough to play a 2-player or a 4-player game right off the bat. But then you can buy card packs and you can buy playlists and stuff like that. So a playlist will come with another full set of cards where it's another playlist. So another person could use that playlist to play with. When you play 2-player, you play it. Each player gets 2 playlists. So you pick 2 of the playlists and then you shuffle your cards together and you play. Basically, what you're doing is you're matching colors on the cards with the colors on the board. So there's a red, a yellow, a green. What am I missing? And a blue.
Blue.
Yeah. So the 2 end ones can do 2 colors. So you can either put a red or a yellow on the one outside, or you can put a blue or a green on the other outside. And then it moves in. So there's a next brick that's just red cards. You can only put red cards on that. And then the next brick, you can put red cards and yellow cards, I think. Oh, red cards and red and blue? Yeah, red and... I can't remember. I gotta look at the board. But anyways, the color cards, the color associated with the card has to go down on a section that's associated with that color. So you basically say, okay, I want to put a guitar riff down. This guitar riff from this song, I put it down on the red thing, it starts to play. So once you drop that card, the song starts to play, and then you you get to put 2 cards down, and then the next player goes. So the next player puts their 2 cards down, and there's a scoreboard that gives you a score. You get 1 point for each cards. There's bonuses that'll flash on the screen sometimes that if you put the right card on that, it'll give you bonus points. So that's how you gain extra points. And then there's also effects cards, which when you put those down, they will either they'll do something. They'll either say, hey, you take 2 points away from your opponent, or it'll be like, hey, you can play another vocal card. If you have another vocal card in your hand, you can play a vocal card. There's all kinds of different things you can do to gain extra points. So that's sort of the point of the game, and the first person that gets to 21 wins the game. So that's your either 2-player or 4-player modes.
Is there a thing in there where if let's say you put the red card on the red slot or whatever, is there a thing in the game that says, oh, you shouldn't have used that card because it's not going to blend well?
Yeah. No. It'll change the tempo. It'll change the pitch. It'll do everything on its own. It'll just be it'll just mix in. It'll mix the next thing in. Everything will
all
mix
on the fly.
Everything. Yeah.
It's weird how all this stuff works. That's why I'm you wouldn't think a rap song with Beethoven's Fifth with Evanescence would work. It does. It's incredible how it's wow.
There have been a few mixes I've put together and been oh, this just doesn't work. It just does not. It sounds weird. It doesn't sound right. But it's very few and far between that you find that. You'll notice it. You'll throw a bunch of cards on and be this doesn't work.
But it won't say that, correct? It won't say you can't do that, but it'll sound terrible or sound bad, or
it just won't sound. Yeah, it just won't sound right. It doesn't sound terrible. You're not sitting there oh my god, I can't listen to this.
Okay.
It's still mixing everything together and trying to do the best it can. But some tempo and pitch mixes are just not going to work, right? It'll come
it's not overly complicated, so that's cool.
No, not at all. And then the thing is but it will tell you, if you take a red card and you put it down on a yellow slot that's just supposed to be yellow, it'll put an X on the screen and say, no, you can't do that, and you got to take that card back off. So the other trick with this is each card is leveled, level 1, level 2, and level 3. So you can only play a level 1 card. You can play a level 1 card on an empty slot, or another level 1 card. If a level 2 card is put down on there, you can no longer put down level 1 cards. You can only put down level 2 and level 3 cards.
Okay.
So now what happens is all of a sudden every slot is a level 3 card, and you're looking in your hand and you got nothing but level 1 cards, and you're what the hell am I supposed to do now? Well, you hit the DropMix button. The DropMix button basically spins a wheel and says, okay, it'll stop on either 3 card, 2 card, or 1 card. And if it stops on a 3 card, you take all of your opponent's 3 cards off. So that clears a whole section off. So now you can start playing one level 1 cards again. And it's really neat, man. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I know you picked it up, Wing. Have you played a lot of it, or?
I just got it today. I got to play 2 rounds with my daughter today. So the first one we did was a 1-on-1, and she smoked me. She beat me 21-12, and I was just what the heck is she doing? It's
you got to watch the board, because on the actual screen, the how it shows you the little things. Yeah. If it's blinking, it's a bonus. Okay. Right. That's one thing. Now, when you put a card down and your card's on top of that pile, you own that section, that whatever that section is, right? So if you own every section, you get a huge bonus. If you have your card on top of every section, you get a big bonus that way as well. Right. And there's a couple other things too. So you always want to try and take away people's, instead of placing another one of your cards on top of your own card, you want to try and take somebody else's thing to try and fill the board up on your side so you get a huge bonus. And those effects cards. Those effects cards
we only played the one time. So and then the second game we did, we tried the party mode.
Yeah.
That is
weird.
Fun. And it was just her and I playing. And we kept like, I'm like, it'll come up and say, give like a 3 red or something. And so I'll put one down and then she does as well. And then we lose, like you gain like 700 points for putting the card down, but then she'd put the second one down and it was like, and you just lost 1,000 points because they didn't call for that card because it's like because together, only one of us can put it down.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you can have up to 4 people doing that. I was like, oh my gosh, this would be insane with 4 people. Plus it's like, hurry up because the quicker you do it, the more points you get.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's a time-based thing.
And that one's hard because it's like, put a 2 red or something. And it's like, you accidentally put a 3 red and you'll lose 1,000 points because, so it's just like, but it was a lot of fun. It
played really that and we thought the same thing. We thought we were competing with each other. So we were both trying to be the quickest one to put the card down. And, and then we realized, wait a minute, we're supposed to be working as a team. We're supposed to be like, because this is stupid. We're like trying to put cards down at the same time and then we mess up, or we're sitting there waiting, looking at our cards going, and by the time we put a card down, there's no points left.
Yeah.
So,
but
one
thing my daughter said too, my daughter really likes the game because she said, and it's interesting. She's like, you can't cheat. She's so used to playing with their brothers.
Yeah.
Her older one who, will bend the rules to make sure he always wins. She's like, you can't cheat on this because, and it's technologically, this game is like, really advanced. I'm like, this thing is really technically really cool. The fact that you can put a card down, it's just a card. I know there's an RFID buried in the card.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to remember that. Like my kids are not allowed to touch this thing. So you can't shuffle the cards like you normally would because you don't want to bend them. I would think it would risk ruining the chip in there. So you got to kind of, hold them sideways and just kind of flip them like this. You want to keep them nice and straight. So I won't let my kids touch it unless I'm with them. But she was like, you lay these things down and it immediately pops up on the screen exactly what card it is. It just starts playing. And then you stack another one on top of that and it's like that overrides it. But like you can, and it knows like when we did our party mode, I made a mistake. So when I first got the game today, and I set the game up on my phone, it said downloading the starter pack. I was like, okay. So it knew the 60 cards that come in the base game. Mm-hmm. Well, then I had tons of extras. So I just started ripping them open and we put them all together and we were shuffling them and we went to do the party mode and we put our cards on there. And I'm like, well, nothing's happening. Like nothing. Like I got no response from the game. We took them off, tried them again, took them off. And I was like, it's not doing anything here. And I realized and found out that those cards weren't added into the game. And then I'm like, well, now what am I going to do? They're all mixed up. So you have to actually add all the extra packs. You have to add them into the game. And all that is you go in and there's an option to add them. And you just place the cards on the reader and they're not in the collection and you just hit add.
Yeah.
Now you can play with them. But it's like the game has to know you have those. So once we did, I had to go through every card and add every card. It was probably it was
Wayne,
probably
just so you know,
cards.
You can do them in piles of 30.
Oh shit!
You can
drop
a pile of 30 cards, and it'll read them all.
Right. I was using like all 5 and just putting like I was putting like 5 on every 5, so I was doing like 25 at a time, and I would just say add them, and because I did find one that didn't work. In this way, I knew that every card was getting registered.
On one spot though, and then it was just like it would be like you got 30 cards there, boom, add to collection, and then that would have been a lot, but I didn't know, and I didn't see anywhere that it even said. It doesn't really tell you much.
There's like no instructions to this game.
Well, YouTube videos.
Yeah, it's all
question.
YouTube.
Question. Is this, Ryan, I watched a little bit of that video you put up on Friday. Are you, and I noticed that game that you have, or it's the reader or whatever from what it's reading from, I guess we can call that a board, and then you were watching that on a screen. Is that your,
That's my tablet.
that's your tablet? Okay. So okay, so
come
your
with the
tablet,
board.
did you download the app to play the game? Okay.
Yes, you download an app from Google Play or from the iPhone store.
Or so you can do this from an iPhone or a,
Yeah, you
or
can do it from a phone. You can do it from a tablet. You can do it. Yeah,
okay.
basically any device you have, you can use. I use my tablet because it's a bigger screen, right? Like it's nice to have the big 9-inch screen there. So
Yeah, I tried to use my wife's iPad. She's got like an iPad 1 or iPad 2. It's an older iPad. And the app I installed it. The app won't run. I launch it and it comes up and then it just crashes. And I rebooted her thing and I was like, okay, I'll put it on my phone. And it came right up on my phone. And it actually does work on a phone screen. It would be nicer to have the bigger screen, but it actually worked very well. And what was nice too, and you can do this with a tablet, is I have a Bluetooth speaker that I had it connected to my phone. So the game was going through that speaker instead of my phone.
Yep.
So it was so much better.
So if you have like a
really
Bluetooth
nice.
amp, you could set it up on your stereo system. If you have like I have a Google Home, we were just sitting at the kitchen table. I just plugged in the Google Home and connected it to the tablet, and boom, it was coming through Google Home.
Okay.
But yeah,
One of
everything's
those
Bluetooth.
yells speakers.
Yeah, if it's a Bluetooth speaker, it'll work.
Bluetooth. Okay.
Yep.
But yeah,
Sounds like fun.
so DropMix, I mean, guys, it's a lot of fun. There's the other thing was there's also a single player mode. It's not really. It's just freestyle. You just basically drop cards on, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about what section you're putting it in, or you could put 5 vocal cards across the whole thing, and all the vocals will go at the same time. It's you can do a lot of messing around with the card and playing with it and seeing what mixes with what and what sounds good and whatnot. So that's kind of the only thing you can do single player if you're by yourself, which is fun to, like, if you buy a new card pack or something and you want to check out the cards, you can just sit there laying them down and, you know, and check out all the cards that you just picked up. But yeah, so that's it for me. That's DropMix. What about you guys?
Like, it keeps all the scoring and everything too for you. So it was like, I can't remember if I got this out, but like my daughter really likes it because you can't really cheat.
Yeah.
It knows which cards, which player put. The only thing, the caveat here is you have to pay attention to whose turn it is. At one point, I put a card down thinking it was my turn, and my daughter got the points for it. I was like, wait a minute. And I was like, oh, she's like, oh, Dad, I only put one card down. I wasn't done. And I was like, crud, that was, you know.
There's a fix for that. You can remove that card if you don't play on. You can remove that card and it will take that away.
I pulled it back off, but it already switched back to me. I didn't do it like quick enough because it was her second move.
I think it has to be before the end of the turn.
Yeah, something like that. But she gave me an identical card so that I could play it later. It's no big deal. We were learning, but just pay attention. But it's nice because if you're following whose turn it is, and it lets you know on the screen, then
I think it should say something, though. I think it should say something. You know what I mean? Like, I think it should give you like a now it's spray paint cans or something like that, and just
that could get annoying though, going back and forth.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That could be annoying, but yeah, it's just and that was on our first game, so
yeah,
you know, now I know
it.
Yeah, but it's fun. I do like it, so
cool.
We'll be playing a lot more of it probably tomorrow.
I wish there was a way that we could play online. That would be fun. Like if you had a DropMix and I had a DropMix, we could connect together.
Oh yeah,
and play against
I could see
each
the
other.
app.
That would be cool.
I could see the app doing that. I could see that being.
It's harmonics, you know. They couldn't figure out how to do multiplayer in Rock Band 4, even though they had it in 2 and 3.
Right.
So I wouldn't expect it for at least 5 versions of this. But I honestly, this game is really cool. But I have a feeling this is going to be a very short-lived item. I
seems like
don't
a
expect it to be out there for long.
I see it like an expensive game. They could have easily done this as an app or something. I feel like it.
I don't know though, man. Where are you gonna pile your cards?
And not,
You don't need to pile the cards. You just make everything on like an app. In an app.
Nah.
No, it's cool. It's cool to have the cards in hand and the it is. It's not
Board
meant
lights
to be,
up and fucking.
Yeah, it's meant to be a party game to play with people in person. But I remember seeing this before it came out because this is brand new. It just came out.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing it beforehand, and I was like, "Man, this is really cool." And I was like, "Man, that's expensive." And that was
That's what
$100.
I was thinking when I first heard about it.
And then I saw you with your thing, and then I looked at it today, and I was like, "Oh, hey, this thing's like $70."
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not too bad. Of course, with all the freaking card packs, I've spent $150 on it. But
Yeah, I was gonna say.
and that's
You
where
bought more you bought
there's
more
your
packs than I did.
Yeah, and I wanted to buy more, but I'm like, no, let's just wait. So
Wait till
But,
there's a
uh,
fire sale in a couple months.
But
here.
I do think that this is
They
going
are
to be
on
something
sale right
that
now.
is going to be one of those products that is probably not going to, those things that like are really ahead of their time and really neat,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to go away because it's of the cost, or people are going to be like, I don't get this, or
I think the cost is
why
the
can't I
main
just do it on
thing.
an app? I think the cost.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great party game. I think at first, I'd say the first year. And then, it'll be, well, I have the app, so I have every card. So, but yeah, it'll
No,
definitely
because
be a
you
great
have
party.
to purchase the cards. You have to
But
buy them.
what I'm saying is, I don't
That's what
think
I mean,
this
is
will last. It just
digitally,
won't.
it'll-
It just it doesn't seem like a thing that people would want
I
to
feel
spend
like
money
it'll-
on. No,
I
What I'm
feel
saying
like
is when it
people
comes to Xbox, it'll be a digital thing.
people don't want to spend money on card packs. That's the
Or
problem. I
PlayStation
think.
4.
Oh, I don't
know
believe
about that.
I
Yeah.
don't believe
Whoa,
that.
Wingman
Dude,
spends
there's
money on
like
cards.
crazy everywhere.
Yeah, but do you think? I just don't
Think
see it
about-
catching on for like the majority of people. It'll be a cool party game, but I just don't see people like that'll catch on like a big thing.
I think
don't
the
see it.
price is the main problem here. I think you're right. This could go away, and then someone in like 2 or 3 years
makes an
makes
app.
a cheaper version of it,
Yeah.
or a cheaper way to do it when technology's moved along a little further.
Think about this
But
game.
it's-
You could have this game on an iPad and have virtual cards. And
That's
buy-
what I'm saying.
You know what I
It'll
mean?
become-
And just have virtual
Yeah,
cards.
but
You could just tap virtual cards.
It's not the same thing.
Absolutely
but,
not.
but still, you'll get
this
the
is a
same.
board game.
You'll get the same experience and a funner experience if
won't.
you have it on an iPad, and it'll be more accessible to more people. Because
I
people don't
disagree.
want to play board games. Nobody wants to play board games.
Lots of
I
people
don't.
play
They
board
do
games.
parties.
Fucking nuts.
That's boring. Boring. Board,
Kids
board
that
games
from,
are for
you know,
old people and little
10 to
kids.
24.
That's not true at all, man.
Old people and little
I think
kids.
how many people play fucking Magic the Gathering? That's a card game.
That's a
Yeah.
that's a unique card game, not a fucking
but I
music
spent
pack.
Look,
How many
I
people
spent the
play
entire
Pokemon?
day at the mall with my kids today, and one of the places we went to was this game store. And out front of the game store was all these tables and chairs, and they were filled with people playing board games outside of the game store. And I've seen that at lots of game stores like that. You go in and they have playroom. We got one not too far from here where it's like they got a basement that's nothing but tables set up. You don't have to buy anything. You can just come in there and play. Board game people are there. They take it serious, man. This is huge. This is not a old school. People don't do it. There is a ton of board games, and it's not a board game per se, but it is. It's that let's get together, let's get the people together, put your freaking devices down, right? And let's play. Let's have fun together. That's what this is. So it's worth the money. I mean, a lot of board games are $40, $50 anyways.
Yeah.
So this really isn't too expensive, you know. But you
it's
do have
not
to
too
have.
it's not too expensive on sale, but I think it's a little too expensive at regular retail price. I think $100 is a little much.
But it's also, but the technology behind it compared to a plain cardboard board game that people will spend 40, 60, There's one my kid bought today. My oldest son bought this expansion for this Star Wars game. All it was is he wanted the freaking plastic ship that was probably about that big, right? It was a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
He paid $50 for that. And then I'm like, I looked at it, I was like, dude, you don't even have the game required. This is an expansion. He just wanted the ship, you know. But I looked up the game, and the original game's $80, you know.
Yeah.
So
but it comes with a bunch of those like little like ships and characters and stuff. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
You know,
I know what you're talking about. Isn't it like
this is technology? This is tech.
Isn't it like one of those click games where it has the little thing on the bottom of it and you have to click every time you use it or something like that, and it has different power-ups or something?
I don't know about that one. He has a Star Wars X-Wing, which has the little ships, and then there's these things, you know, the cardboard stuff you put out, and you can make so many moves, and then you can...
Yeah.
It's like a role-playing type of game, you know, but yeah, it's something like that. But, I mean, he's gone anyways. Jesus doesn't know what he's talking about. He's wrong.
You're wrong, Jesus.
But anyway.
Board games are still a thing, Jesus, just so you know.
Old people play that shit. Old people. Dinosaurs. Fucking dinosaurs are playing board games.
I'm old, so I'm going to get it.
Why couldn't they cut the cost of this fucking thing? Let you slap a tablet in there. Download the app on the tablets.
You do. Put your own tablet in there and you download the app.
And you still pay $100 for this shit? God. Oh my God.
It's the board that you're paying for.
Jesus Christ. This is expensive.
Cards
this is a social
Oh my
game.
goodness.
Social game.
I'm not social. That's why I'm not into this game. I'm not social at all.
Jesus doesn't have any friends.
I don't have any friends. I don't have friends that are willing to play this shit. I could not get a group of 5 people in my life that I know personally that would be like, let's get together, Jesus, and play it. Like, I would get maybe Jonathan. I could get Jonathan to come over. And that's about it, because he's the only nerd that I know that would play this shit with me.
Okay, so Jesus.
Okay.
Good news. Maybe not. So you remember the last time I met you, I was down for work, right? Visiting customer down there in Portland. Well, that was my last trip, because that customer went and they had some shuffling around. Yeah. Well, I got them back again.
Oh, wow.
So I'll be back in Portland now. So
go visit up with Wingman.
I'm coming back down there probably in February or March. I'll bring the game with me. We'll get together and we'll play some DropMix.
All right, we need to get Jonathan. We'll get Jonathan together up here. We'll be playing 3 people DropMix, and maybe I'll be all into it.
March too.
There you go. You can drive up here, Gunny. We'll all play. I
played other games, guys. I don't know if I should talk about them or not.
Should.
I can talk.
Go. Well, whose turn is it?
Go for it. Sorry.
All right, it's my turn.
Sorry.
Yes.
An hour of DropMix talk.
So, Wing, you've been playing a lot of DropMix.
Card packs.
Hey, we talked about that for like an hour.
Okay. Go ahead, Gunny.
I want to talk about other games.
Okay, go ahead.
What'd you play, Gunny? What'd you play?
Titanfall 2.
No one cares. Move on.
I know, because we talked about that. I played PubG. Did we talk about that one?
We did.
Yeah, we did. 2 hours ago.
That's a great game, man. That's awesome. That's some intense moments. No chicken dinners for me. I mean, I had chicken today.
None?
The wife made it. It was really good.
No.
It had
no winner chicken dinner, man.
With that, and I had like green beans. Anyway, so yeah, that was PUBG. That game makes me yell, man, when it gets like down to the last 10, 20 people.
I don't know how many times I got in shit because Kathy was sleeping and I'm out there going, chicken dinner! She's probably going to kill me just for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... she came in and like her heart was racing. She's like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I had to take my head off my head.
Oh, sorry, I'm just playing a game. I'm sorry.
I'm kind of busy here, honey.
Come revive me! Oh, sorry, I'm just playing a game. Don't worry, you don't need to pick me up.
She runs in the room of the defibrillator.
The first aid kit.
Yeah, I think I even said, I want to say I was playing with Tegan, Jerry, and somebody else who's not from the community, Mr. White, man, I came back into this house and the guy, he was trying to shoot me. I'm trying to shoot him with a shotty. I jumped down the stairs. He gets me down. I crawl down the stairs, and I think it was Jerry or Mr. White, my two friends on Xbox, and they come in and just fucking lay waste to the guy. And I think I screamed, "Sit the fuck down!" like as loud as I could. And yeah, I was like, wow, I couldn't believe that just came out of my mouth. But it was just super.
Your neighbors are like, "What the fuck's going on over there?"
I was like, my window was closed because it's cold. So I was like, all right.
My neighbor next door, dude, because their bedroom, well, one of the bedrooms is right next to this wall, so they probably fucking hate me when I'm yelling at 1 a.m.
Something, you know? Oh man, super intense. Yeah. AC Origins, I'm still picking away at it.
Awesome.
Just kind of going through the motions.
You need to finish that game, man, because we definitely are going to be talking about that game during the Game of the Year discussions.
I need to. Just delivering alcohol. My God,
run through it. Just run through it.
It overtime this week. I need to just make a pot of coffee one night and just stay up for 2 days so I can play games. Yeah, AC Origins, it's good. I played a game on PC called Dead Cells. I bought this. It's a preview game or an early access game on Steam during the Steam Winter Sale. And it's a Castlevania-style side-scroller. And it totally reminds me of some arcade game I used to play back in the day. Yeah, it's cool. It's different. You know, there's a different take on the world of Castlevania. Mm-hmm. So it kind of brings it back to its roots.
Okay.
Definitely enjoying that one. Fortnite Battle Royale. I've been playing that with a guy at work. So. Yeah, him and a few other friends, and that's cool. No Battle Royale wins this past couple weeks, but yeah, it's like we'd go to like the other side of the map, just like we would do in PubG, and kind of loot that area because it's going to be all open and unlooted. But man, when somebody's got a sniper in that game, there's a lot of open areas. It's easy, just gets picked off,
From the mountains, dude, when they build those ladders up to, like, the big mountains or whatever, and they're just up there camping.
Right. Yeah, it's where I hear them coming. No, they're going to be sniping you from afar, or, like you said, they could be up on the mountain raining down missiles on you. Yeah. So, and you won't know it before you'll be dead before then. But, yeah, it's a cool game. It's pretty, I like the vanilla Fortnite game, and Battle Royale is fun with a squad or duos.
Okay. Anything else?
The other thing I've been going through my Forza 7. Mm-hmm. I'm still playing on the long campaign method, which is basically instead of going around the track 6 times, let's take it 15 laps.
Fucking crazy. No way. I would get so bored of that shit. I'd be like, fuck, it's just boring.
And because you're going to get more chances to go around the track.
Lame.
Yeah. Fun.
No. It's the same reason I don't watch NASCAR, man.
So, you're not really... I mean, you don't race those tracks that often. They mix it up. Even though you're going to play you're going to do stock... Well, you're going to do the actual pickup trucks, like Ford F-150s or something. You're going to do Ford F-150 challenges or something. But they're still going to give you different tracks.
I don't want to race in a Ford F-150. I never in my whole life have looked at a Ford F-150 and thought that truck would be cool to race. Never.
Yeah. I mean, it's not arcade. That's the one thing you got to remember. It's not. You're going to feel the weight of that truck. I must have flipped over about 7 times today.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, rewind, damn it. So, yeah, and then you're going to come around that corner and go, okay, I'm going to be top heavy coming around this one corner. I need to slow down on the brake, maybe hit the handbrake.
Okay.
Relaxing. The other one I always go back to is that Forza Horizon 3.
That sounds funnier than the other one.
Yeah. Playing those winter maps, man, with the HDR, holy cow, and it is snowing out. It feels like I'm driving in Canadian land, man.
Yeah.
Some of those races are tough because you can't see in the blizzard.
You can't.
That's incredible.
I think, Mark, I may have possibly figured it out where, I don't know, I did something with the HDR where I made it not so bright. But those storms are random. Yeah. You could be in the middle of a race and it's like, white out. So you just have to remember where the road is.
Every game has its own HDR settings, if you guys didn't know that. Every game had. Every single game that supports HDR has their own HDR, like, toggle, like, little box thing that you have to match or mix match or whatever the hell. Like, AC Origins has it. Every game has it. Every game that has HDR has HDR settings that I've seen.
It gives you instructions on how to...
A lot of them do, some don't. Some do, some don't. Like, Assassin's Creed Origins doesn't give you instructions. It just, like, tells you, like, adjust it. Okay, adjust it to what? It just says adjust it. So you can just make it brighter or darker. It's up to you, really.
Right. Yes. Yep. Yeah.
But, like, Call of Duty is, like, match this square with the other square, and then that's the settings you want. So you do that.
So the other game I played with my son was Hitman. I did buy I guess it's 4 episodes and then it comes with a bonus episode. Jesus, I don't know if you've done the bonus episode on that.
I can't. I have to buy the fucking Game of the Year edition bullshit, which is so stupid that because I bought every pack. I bought all of them. I bought every single one of them. $5, like the 5 of them. I bought them all for $15 a piece. And it's still like when I went yesterday, and it's like there's a bonus mission, the devil, something with the devil or some shit, Satan's son or some crap.
Oh, and I'm like, Ryan.
I can't kill him. I can't kill him because when I went to do it, it's like you need to buy this pack. So I went to go buy the pack, and it's like this pack is not sold separately. And I was like, okay, what do you sell this pack with? And it's like, oh, we sell it with the Game of the Year edition, which is $41. But I already own all the missions, so why the fuck am I going to pay $41 for one mission? That makes no sense.
So I don't know. I went in.
Fuck them.
I don't know if it's the year. Well, okay, so the one that I bought, it seemed like it was the only option because I already had episode 1 is free for everybody.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that Paris mission. Yeah.
So then it tells me, okay, I think the Game of the Year edition was $20.
I don't know how much. I think I saw it for $40.
Well, maybe back a while ago it was $40, but now it's $20. So yeah, that comes with the bonus mission, and the training mission is a lot of fun.
The boat one, yeah, I like all the missions. All the missions are good.
I played that at least 6 times over the last 6 months.
I never played through that first mission on that dumb game.
Really?
I bought the thing, and I still, to this day, haven't been able to get through the first training mission.
You can't get through it? What?
I couldn't finish it either.
See, what this game does is it goes back to Blood Money style of gameplay. So it harkens back to like original Hitman games. It's not like Absolution. Absolution was to me, I enjoyed Absolution because it was a Hitman game, but I didn't like it as a Hitman game as well because it didn't feel like a real Hitman game. It felt like a very linear game to me. I felt like you're going down hallways, you're going towards something. In original Hitman games, the map is just open to you and you can approach it however you want to. You have one target, you got to kill this one person. He may be like in a secure room, right, with like bodyguards in there, like, you know, behind like gated off areas where you have to go in there as disguised. But the point of that game to me was you got to figure it out. You got, okay, if the guy he's eating food right now, okay, I got to dress up as a waiter or as a chef to get close to him or to get into the kitchen. And I'm going to poison this food. So like that's the puzzle. And that's what this game brings back is that style of gameplay where you got to sit there and think, okay, I need to dress up as the cameraman to get inside and act like I'm taking a video or pictures or like to get into this embassy. This guy is going to be interviewed by the news crew. I need to dress up as the camera guy for the news crew or as the microphone guy for the news crew. So I needed to find a way to kill that guy or subdue him, take his outfit, meet up with the rest of the crew, and be like, all right, let's go in there. And while he's doing it, once I get access into the embassy, I go kill a guard and take his suit and walk around the embassy and do what I need to do to kill the guy. You know, it's like a lot of that. It's a lot of like it's like puzzles, but
and outfits. And I like all the challenges that they have in the game.
Yeah.
And none of them are impossible. And they just kind of give you, they're just letting you know all the different things you can do to.
And the game is hard. It is hard.
How to kill that person. It's pretty.
It's hard, but cool. there's a lot of hints.
Them.
So sometimes you'll be walking by someone and they'll be talking and they'll be like, "Hey, did you hear that this guy's in this room and he likes to do this? Well, I know some guy that works for the camp for let's say the guy works with the security. He works with the security team and he's part of his personal detail, but he likes to smoke cigarettes every once in a while." So and then I'll say like, "Oh, track this this hint." So you press A, or I think it's LB or something stupid like that.
I think it's like the start button or something like that.
Yeah, start or X, like something. You press something, that whatever it tells you to press, you press it, and now your new mission, on top of like your mission to kill the guy, is, okay, go find this guy and take his outfit. Go kill him and take his stuff. So either that guy is like part of his security team or something, where like if you kill him, then he won't have any bodyguards around him anymore. Or he's like his personal bodyguard. You can kill him, and then that way you have nobody around him when you need to kill him. So like, there's a lot of things like that, a lot of hints in the game that you just get by walking around. You just walk around the map and you learn these things.
I think Wing, I feel your pain, man. I was in the mission, that tutorial mission or whatever, and I'm just kind of like walking around trying to figure things out, and I figured it out. Because you got to go in at first, and you got to meet the guy at the bar, and then the guy's at the bar, so you're sitting back listening to his conversation. You become a bartender and listen to his conversation. Or no, he walks upstairs.
Like the airplane.
No.
Hangar.
No, that's like the second mission.
But it's a boat. It's a boat that's made out of wood, like it's like a set almost.
No, I think Wingman is talking about the Cuba mission. You went through the boat. You're talking about the Cuba mission, right? Where you got to kill the guy that's in a jet.
Get through that.
So what I did in that one, Wingman, is I dressed up as the hangar mechanic, like one of the mechanics of the airplane,
right.
And I grabbed a wrench. I went to like the bottom of the plane, and there's like a thing down there, like it's open, like a panel, right. And it says like sabotage.
Break the ejection seat.
So then, once I did that, you have to walk over, grab a clipboard. There's a clipboard on the other side of the plane on like a table. You grab the clipboard and you walk upstairs to the guy in the room, the guy you got to kill. You walk up to him and you're like, "All right, sir, we're ready to test the ejection seat. Yeah. Could you come with me, please?" He's like, "What?" You're like, "Sir, we're ready to test the seat." He's like, "Oh, I guess, okay." And then you walk with him downstairs. You take him to the plane and you like, "All right, sir, I need you to sit in there and tie your seatbelt." He's like, "Okay." So he's tying the straps. "All right, press the ejection seat for me." And like he's like checking all the buttons. Like, "All right, press the ignition, press this, and you're going through the list. And then it's like, "Press ejection," and he ejects himself through the roof.
Yes,
it's awesome.
My son did that the other day.
So cool.
Yeah. That was cool. But I didn't know, if I was supposed to pick up the clipboard because he kept standing there. We're just kind of staring at each other.
Yeah, you're supposed to pick up the clipboard so you can start going through the checklist.
And I'm like, I know. Well, I'm like, go pick up that.
That's what loses me, though. I don't know. It doesn't really give you direction to go pick up the clipboard kind of thing, right? So you don't know, right? You just have to randomly pick up that clipboard and then figure out,
And then the other thing, he doesn't follow you.
Like I was saying in that first mission, in that tutorial mission that I was playing, you go upstairs, and I figured it out. I got upstairs, I got to the guy, heard the conversation, and then I fucking shot him in the head, and I didn't know that I was supposed to exit and get the hell out of there. I was still kind of chilling, and the other dude was still standing by the thing, so I was like, maybe I'm supposed to shoot him in the head too. So I shot him in the head, and it was like, you shot a civilian. Game over. Here we go.
You're supposed to going
crazy.
You're supposed to always exit every mission. Yeah. Every mission has an exit, and there's multiple exits to every single mission. There's different areas you can exit through.
And man, through that hangar, there's just so many doors and windows and
a lot of guards there.
But I took the easy way out. I just did like you did. And it's kind of weird where he hits that ejection seat button, and then it just tells you to leave.
Yeah, it's like, all right, exit the area, and you're like, oh, fuck.
I just left. Yeah, I'm like, I'm done.
The cool thing is that a lot of the times when the accidents happen in the game, a lot of people get their, it attracts a lot of attention, so a lot of the guards run over there, and they're like, hey, what's going on? and then you just make your way out the back door. Like, don't mind me. I'm just walking out of here.
Yeah.
It's a really fun game.
Back to my original. I think I went back to the original costume that I had. Well, not the original.
If you pick up your suit, every mission, I'll tell you this: if you pick up your suit before you exit the area, you pick up your suit and you exit with your suit on, you get an extra like 500 coins or points or money or whatever. You get extra money. You have to exit the game with your suit on. Like to get like the expert, or it's called like the silent assassin rating or some shit like that. Like to get the best rating as an assassin, you got to exit with your suit on. So like all the times I always make sure like, okay, I'm gonna leave my suit here, come back here when I'm done. So I always go back and get my suit and just walk out. It's fucking awesome. The game's good. The game's good.
It is.
Right? And it looks so beautiful, man, on the Xbox One X, right? It looks good.
Yeah, I didn't even know that it was a 4K.
It's a 4K. 4K, 60 frames a second.
Yeah, same with Titanfall.
It's the other thing. It's like 2 where I think you get, is it best performance or locked at 30 frames?
Yeah. A lot of games are like that where you can get locked at 30 frames or 60 frames but less like resolution. You get like less graphics but better frame rate. And I'm like, why would I want to do that? I just do lock 30 in 4K. Why not?
That's what I should have done. I picked best performance and it crashed on me.
Oh shit! That's not very good performance then. Shit.
Performance, is it?
That is not the best performance.
No,
so I think I'll go lock the next time I play it.
But that's a good game, Gunny. You just gotta, like I said, my tip is to just look around. Like what I do every match is just see where I can get to as in my normal clothes, and then go from there. Start killing people.
Yeah, a helpful tip, Wingman. On that training mission, I noticed. Don't become a police officer because, geez, everybody recognizes you.
Yeah, a lot of
super quick.
Those guys with the little circles above their heads, they're the ones that can recognize you, and those fuckers are everywhere sometimes.
Yeah. Last but not least, I played Elder Scrolls Online today with Ryan and.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I know. I wrote it down at the end, but it didn't grab me. I bought this back originally when it first came out, and it was okay. But just I'm not feeling it at all.
Yeah, I was having fun with it. I actually didn't mind it. I was enjoying it, and it looks pretty. I mean, it's got some good 4K upgrades. So
yeah,
I don't know. I might go back to it. I might play some more of that.
You guys seemed like you were really into it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to play the rest of these missions. I'm going to stay at level 4 and just kind of walk around and, just hang out, I guess. But yeah, I was bored with it. So I have no plans to go back to that game.
You know what? I want to go back to it because I literally bought it and dropped it like it was hot. I didn't like it when I first played it. And this time I seem to have a better experience with it. So I'm probably going to play a little more. If anyone is playing and wants to play Elder Scrolls Online as I'm a really low level character, obviously. So, Yeah,
I think my highest, I said was 11 or 14 or something. But
yeah,
I think I might be done with that. It's too MMO-y for me. You have to invest too much time. I think that's all I play, guys.
All right.
That's it.
So,
that is it. I probably played more, but that's my list.
Wing, you haven't gone yet, have you? Did you go already?
Nope.
All right, Wing, what have you been playing, man?
Gunny told me to shut up.
That's right.
Oh,
kidding. Just kidding, man. So some of the stuff I've been playing lately, I bought Super Lucky's Tale. I got it for like $20. That I actually think the game's fun. Surprisingly, it does have a really wonky camera, which really hinders this game because it is a 3D platformer. So that's really going against it. But
I actually feel like it's a little better than most of the 3D platformers that came out, not including Mario, obviously. But
not including Mario.
Yes, I said. So, I mean, like Ukulele had really terrible camera too. It was really, really bad. But how far in have you gotten, Wing?
I'm not too far. I got so many games right now that I picked up.
Yeah.
That I played it for a bit, and then there's just so many, a lot of things at this moment, which is weird.
Because I really enjoyed it at first. I was like, okay, this is really cool. It's 3D platformer. It's fun. And then I got to a couple of levels where I was like, I'm not having fun with this anymore. It's really annoying.
It's weird because it's like I feel like I'm playing Skylanders.
A little bit, yeah.
It's
I can see that.
Like they took Skylanders and turned it into a platformer. Without even my kids are like, this is like Skylanders without the characters, without the portal. I was like, it really feels that. It looks. It's like
Skylanders minus the Diablo kind of stuff that's in Skylanders, and throw in like a 3D platformer instead.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah.
My daughter likes it too. She enjoys it. Speaking of Diablo, I've been playing a lot of Diablo 3 again. A friend of mine gifted me the Necromancer DLC because we were talking about. I'm like, I'm not paying $15 for a character, and I've leveled every character in that game up, and I've maxed them out and all this stuff. And he gifted it to me one day. I was like, all right, so we got on and we played, and dude, I was hooked. Man, I couldn't stop playing it. Diablo 3 is amazing, and to think that this game came out like 4 or 5 years ago or something, and oh my gosh, it's been updated for the X. It looks amazing. It plays amazing. It's so much fun. Diablo 3 is truly like game of the decade or something. I mean, this is a game you can go back to and just have a tremendous amount of fun all the time. It's like, and it's just the gameplay. Plus, it looks amazing. Fabulous game. Been playing Forza 7. This was a game I was going to skip. I thought about it because I'm just like, the Forza series is like the same thing over and over, it seems like.
Yeah.
But there's something about Forza 7 that I probably put more time into this game than probably Forza 3, 4, 5, and 6 combined.
Really?
I'm enjoying this one for some reason. I think what it really is I love the mods. I like the mod boxes. I like the fact of like the way they've done the campaign just to me makes it more accessible. Like I went through, so I'm not doing what Gunny did. I think he's kind of weird, but he's doing this. I'm going to do 15 laps on every track and take 18 years to complete the game. I went through and I'm like, okay, I'm going to complete, there's like 7 trophies or something, 6 or 7 trophies. And I went and I completed the first trophy, which unlocks the next one. And I, instead of completing every race in that first section, I went to the next one. Got the trophy, which unlocked the next one. So I went through and I've got the Forza trophy now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And now I'm going back and I'm like, okay, I'm going to see if I can get every division or every section, all the races complete. And that's been really fun. And I don't know, Gunny, have you done any of the endurance races yet?
No.
They're those, what are they? They're not challenges. They're, forgot what they call them. There's like 3 in every group until you do all of them, and then it adds more. I forgot what they're called, but
it's part of they're part of the campaign.
They're at the very bottom. It's like when you go into the secret championship, at the very bottom, there's like 3 of them.
I saw that.
You can't alter anything, and you have to race that car in that mode. No mods or nothing like that, and they're called we'll call it challenges. I don't remember exactly what they called it, but there's some endurance races, and I got into one day not realizing it was like 81 laps around the track. It took me 3 hours to beat. It was like 3 hours and 2 minutes. And even I posted up like a screenshot of the final, like it showed my time and place. And someone even commented like, wow, not only did you do a 3-hour race, the guy in second place was on your tail. Like he went across the finish line at the same time. And I said, yes, he was on my butt for 3 straight hours. It's like,
that's crazy.
I just couldn't, every time, if I messed up a turn, I had to rewind. If I didn't have a rewind available, dude, it was like hard to get I had to fight to get back in first place, you know, and it was incredible. It was like 3 hours. I'm like, oh, I can't do this again. And then the next day I did like an endurance on Nürburgring.
Oh boy.
That's like what, a 9-10 mile track or something.
It's a long
and I had
track.
to do like 8 laps on that thing. It was like 2.5 hours. Like, oh my gosh, you know, but it was like, there's something about Forza 7 that I bought it because it's like, why, although every other Forza game, I feel like I have to buy it. And this time I just went with the base game. I didn't even buy the VIP edition and like I usually do. And it's hard to explain. I am really enjoying Forza 7 more than, you know, I think Forza 2 was where I really got hooked. Really loved Forza 2. That was like night and day difference between Forza 1 and Forza 2. Those were huge difference. But then 3 was felt like 2.5. Forza 4 was like, okay, it looks a little better. 5 and 6 I felt were really nothing. It was just like, here's the next iteration. Something about 7, which even though it still kind of looks, I mean, it looks great, there's something about what they've done with the mods and the way you can go through the campaign. It doesn't feel like, I feel like I can do a race a day and move on. You know, I feel like I can just hit a little at a time and I can work my way through it. Where the other ones felt like this long, drawn out, like I never ever finished a campaign in any of the other Forzas because it was just so long. I've already got the Forza trophy here. And there's tons of stuff I can still go do. So I love the way they changed it, but I think it's more accessible to people.
I keep meaning to go in and play this more. So
one of the things,
do a race a day or something, you know, and just be done with, you know, that.
Yeah,
because I can't do hours and hours. Dude, by the time I was done with that 3-hour race, dude, I couldn't even see my screen anymore. I was like squinting. My eyes, I swear my eyes were bleeding. And I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm serious. I was like squinting just because staring at that for 3 hours was just like, oh my gosh, I can't. I'm almost at a point where I got to quit because everything's getting blurry. And
I've been that way. I've been that way before playing pinball for hours and hours on end, just sitting there intensely staring.
I've been that way playing Call of Duty before, man. All night, just fucking like the sun's coming up, but seeing on my window, like what the fuck? My eyes are all red. I've been staring at my screen for like the last 6 hours playing Team Deathmatch.
And then all of a sudden you can't read anything anymore. You're like, what is
everything's so blurry. You stand up and you almost fall over.
As soon as I got done, man, I was just like rubbing my eyes. I'm like standing up. I'm like, oh, my back, you know. I'm like, I put everything down. My thumb was killing me. You know, I was just like,
one thing that I'm getting nowadays, guys, that I'm getting older now. I'm an older gamer now. I'm growing up. I'm getting like this thing.
I'm getting
this thing in my elbow, man, where like my elbow, I don't know if it's the way I'm holding my arms like in an L shape, right, because of the controller. My elbows hurt after all. Like every so often I have to stretch my arm out and my elbow will pop. And like it starts hurting. Like I get pain in my fucking elbow, man. Like what's going on, guys?
That's not good.
Dude, that's not good.
You should probably talk to a doctor.
I'm gonna get like
sounds like carpal tunnel or something.
I need to start taking some vitamins. Man, because
I get that. I get the pain in my elbow, but I get it from work. From like
sometimes at work I get it too. At work, because I work in the machine shop, so we're holding grinders, sanders, you know, boxes and metal and shit, lifting heavy stuff up, and it's like, my arms, man, like I don't know.
But wow, Mark, I think I heard you talking about this on your podcast. Those challenges.
Yeah, he did
in Forza 7, but because I wasn't sure. I think when you were talking about these 3-hour long things, I thought he can't be talking about Forza.
Yes, Forza 7 has.
Yeah, because I've
races.
Because I've gone through like I think 1, 2, 3, like 3 on each one that I've just kind of randomly chosen for each one. But I it makes me I should just kind of like make the championships to a shorter amount of laps just so I can go through it. But I thought, you know what? I'm having a blast with this game.
No, Gunny doesn't play in baby mode.
The way it is.
Gunny plays in hard mode. Gunny does 6-hour races.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking. I wonder now if I go to it, if it's going to actually say 180 laps.
Yeah.
No, now I'm curious. I'm going to look at it tomorrow.
Like double the
No,
laps.
when you complete the Forza Cup, it actually opens up more of those challenges in each cup, and I think then you get the endurance races.
Oh, okay.
So you'll see them, and those you can't alter those in any way, so they'll be exactly what they are regardless of your setting. Now, I think there's an achievement on one of them if you adjust an endurance race to be a long race or something to make it even longer. There's like some kind of an achievement there. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So.
Yeah, but I can go play this game every day and just play 1 or 2 races, and I think that's what Forza 7's good for that, Ryan. Where you'd say you can go in, log into the game, and say, continue. What does it say? Continue with your championship? Okay, yes, and then it'll just take you right where you need to be, and you'll go right through each, 3 to 4 laps on each one, and championship complete. Here's your car.
Yeah,
after each track,
I might start doing that because I feel like I don't play a lot of racers anymore, and I used to a lot. I used to love playing racing games, but I think maybe I'll start doing that. Just plug away a couple of races a day, or every couple of days or something. We'll see what happens.
And what Forza 7 gets right in this game is not only its visuals and its HDR and its
fucking game's beautiful,
60 frames, right? But also it gives you that sense of speed.
Yeah, no, absolutely it does. Yeah,
each vehicle feels different. That's what Forza 7 gets right every time.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So keep going. I played Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Nice. I played that with you.
Played the Predator.
Me and Wingman played this.
If you own Ghost Recon Wildlands, just the base game, they have added this Predator mission and absolutely free. It is it's got to be the best. It's the best. I think this is better than some paid DLC I've had. This, oh my gosh, my heart was pounding. I don't know how many times I jump. All of a sudden you'd see him like cloaked. You'd see Predator cloaked run in front of you. And I'm like, oh, you're just like, you're just unloading and you're just shooting at stuff and he's not even there.
Yeah.
And it is freaking hard. He jams everything. So you've got all you have is your guns. That's it. No drones, no rebels, no mortars. You can't do any of that type of stuff. It's you and up to 3 other people taking on Predator. And he'll come out like he cloaks. And we did discover, I know when I was first playing, everybody was saying, oh, you can't shoot him when he's cloaked. We found that out to not be true. But when he's cloaked, it's like that shimmery. You can just kind of see him. But dude, he'll run right past, and it is just like I'm like, I don't know how many times I jumped because all of a sudden you see him run by, and you can't see him. He'll pop up every once in a while and have his little laser on you, and you're trying to run because he's like dead on accurate. And it's awesome because this is what I would expect from Predator. It's like it may be almost. I mean, it's hard, but it made it feel right. It's like I would have been real upset if I'd have beat him the first time out. Like, well, that was lame. The fact that he's so challenging and it takes teamwork and like if you go to pick up a down teammate, he will peg you. He will shoot you every time.
As you're
if you
picking
want to
him
have
up.
like a third person and say, I'm going to go pick him up and have that third person watch because as soon as that laser light comes on, if they shoot Predator right away, he won't shoot.
Away,
You can get up. But, oh my gosh, it's so intense. So much fun.
Do they get the audio right?
Explain something to me.
Yeah, they
explain
do.
something to me, though. This isn't a game mode. It's a mission
It's
in
just
the
a
game,
mission
right?
in the game,
mission.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so like it's not like a multiplayer game mode where
No.
and the Predator is just an AI, right?
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot of confusion over this. I mean,
He's just an AI, and it's just a mission that pops up. Like, it'll pop as a thing that says, like, hey, we got information of, like, this secret thing going, like, this weird creature appearing in this forest. Go check it out. And, like, it'll even tell you, like, on the mission, like, this mission does not progress your story in any way. You can skip it if you want to. Like,
Yeah.
it'll tell you right on there. So then you just go there, and you're in the forest, and you walk into the little circle, and it's like, you see him standing on the hill, and he's like looking at you. He's like, "What's up, motherfucker?" And then he shoots at you, and then he's like, zoom, and he like jumps up on the trees, and then he even like,
Dude, he is so
he's a
fast.
Badass. He's a badass.
You will see him, and then he'll disappear because he jumps in the trees, and he will be behind you, shooting at you.
Yeah,
in like
before you even turn
second
around.
and a half,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, before you can turn around, it's like, oh my gosh, he's so fast. It's like unfair, but it is Predator.
Yeah.
I mean, go watch the movies.
In in the movies, he's badass. He's like a bad motherfucker. He'll fucking kill 20 fucking soldiers at once.
Do you get a Gatling gun in this game that we can,
No.
you know?
No.
No.
No Gatling.
Yeah,
And the cool thing,
they should have released that. Come on.
and the cool thing is that what happened was Wingman invited me, and I was playing the trial this week, which I I played through the whole trial. I really enjoyed that. I was playing with Wingman, and I had like the base guns, like the first 3 guns in the game. That's what I was using, and I was still able to get hits on him, and he was still taking damage, and it worked. It's fun.
And I tell you what, when we killed him,
We were happy.
it was one of those like exciting moments.
Yeah, we were all happy. We're like, look at him.
This was like the hour-long defend achievement in Gra 2. You know, I mean, that was like one of my most favorite gaming memories. This just got up there. I mean, it's like right there because then there was no achievement. There was
nothing.
You got like a face paint and a couple of like things like that. It really nothing exciting, but it was like, oh my gosh, we beat Predator.
Yeah.
Like it was like, wow. It was so much
and what
fun.
happened at the end? At the end, he falls to his knees, and then we're like, Carbide is like, come over here, look at him, he's right here. And then we all run up there, and he like looks up at us, and he's like
Carbide's
laughing.
Run!
He's looking at us, and he's like, ha 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 ha.
Doing is you hear the beep, 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 because he sets the nuke off. So we have to run out of the area to clear the nuke. And I remember turning around, I got clear, and I watched it. I was like, oh, that's friggin' awesome. And then we went back up there, you know, and it was like, just check him out. And of course, he was gone. But, it was so much fun, man.
Yeah, it was cool though, like seeing him like look up at you, and then he starts laughing, and he's like pushing the code, like, ha, ha, ha. I'm gonna blow myself up with you fuckers here.
It's true Predator, man. You felt like, I remember going, we need Schwarzenegger and Danny Glover, man. We were just getting destroyed.
Yeah, it was bad. It was cool though. It was fun.
Good times.
So I picked up Call of Duty World War II. I played, I think through the first mission of that. So I don't have a whole lot to say on it, but I will say this: for some reason, this, like, Call of Duty to me has always been very easy to control. Like, the controls are very fluid and just, I've always loved Call of Duty for that.
Yeah.
I don't feel that in this game. For some reason, the controls don't feel right. It's like it doesn't feel as fluid as Call of Duty always has been.
I would definitely agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like I don't know. It's just, but I've only played a little bit of it, but it looks really good. It's definitely like chaotic. 'Cause it's like at times I'm like, is that a good guy or a bad guy? Who am I shooting at? It's intense. So, so far I like it. I've been playing a lot of Infinite Mini Golf. I really like that. That's another Zen Studios game, the makers of Pinball FX3. They make Infinite Golf. I recommend it. It's a fun game.
Yeah, it is.
I played Assassin's Creed Origins. I finally started that up. I skipped the Assassin's Creed game for a long time. I just got really tired of it. And this one, I'm probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half into it. I think I'm finally starting to. I was playing late last night, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta quit." It was finally like, "Okay, I'm having fun now."
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to really diving into that.
That game opens up a lot more once you're into the game a little bit. Like, you realize that the first 3 hours of the game, it's just the intro of the game. Because, like, once you get to Alexandria, right? That's when, like, the Assassin's Creed logo and all that shit pops up, like, way after the beginning. It's way, like, you'll be playing the game for, like, a few hours, and all of a sudden, like, a few hours in, it's like Assassin's Creed, like Ubisoft presents Assassin's Creed, and you're like, what the fuck? I've been playing this shit for like 4 hours.
Well, tell me this. It's not going to be one of those, I played for 6 hours only to find out that, this isn't the character you're going to play as.
No. You're playing as the character.
That game right
I have a question. I have a question for Jesus, though. I mean, do you find out more about yourself in this game as it goes on?
You do. You find out that you're a magi, and you're like a bodyguard of the pharaoh, right? Like the magi are like the badasses of Egypt or whatever. But the pharaoh is a fucking psycho nut that killed your kid, and the people that killed your kid are actually the ones controlling the pharaoh, and your job is to kill those guys. But then all of a sudden Cleopatra gets in the mix. Your wife, Aya, she's hanging out with Cleopatra. Yeah. Cleopatra wants to be the rightful ruler of Egypt. So she's doing like a civil war type thing where she's going in there with the Romans because the pharaoh is currently like in cahoots with the Greeks, and the Greeks are taking over Egypt, and they're kind of like invading. They're in Egypt just hanging out. And the Romans are kind of like in there too, but they're going to attack the Greeks or some shit. So like Cleopatra needs to get together with Caesar, and you got to like help them all out. It's fucking nuts. But
it's a great story.
It's really historical, man. Like if you look back at history, it's really what happened. Like that's kind of how it went down. And yeah, you do see some like historical things that happened in history. Like I won't. Well, no. You'll get it. The end of the game. The end of the game is really like if you look. What happens at the end of the game? If you go back and like you can Google it. You can Google history of Caesar, like what happened to Caesar, or Caesar's reign or whatever. You can look at all these like history like things, and yeah, that's how it went down. Like all that stuff happened in real life. I mean, maybe not exactly how it happened in the game. Like some assassin helped everybody, but that's kind of how it went down. And that's what I've always liked about the Assassin's Creed games. They always kind of tie in history, right? Like, yeah, we kind of helped shape history or all that shit. Cool game, though, Wee Man. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to more of it. Also played some Lies of Astaroth. It's like a card game, free-to-play card game. Battle that I play every day, and I'm doing that. Obviously, we talked about DropMix. And then the last game that I've been playing a lot of that I just discovered, it's another free-to-play game, and it's a game that I just cannot stop playing this thing. It's hard for me to play Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Forza, Ghost Recon, all these real AAA titles, because I'd rather play this
free-to-play game.
Free-to-play game. Called Gems of War. It's a match 3 game, and I love those. Sometimes I just want to sit down and not have to, just match 3 and just have fun. What this is like you get cards and you build teams, and you can have 4 cards at a time, and you're battling other players or another team, and as you match. So like if you do the match, you're matching certain colors that you have on your cards. So you want to build your teams to, be able to, gather different colors. You don't want to have all your cards being for green, because when you match 3 green, it fills up one card's meter a little bit. So you want to be able to match reds and yellows, purples, browns, greens, yellows and whatnot. And then there's like skulls in there. If you get 3 skulls, then you automatically attack another card. But they all have like attack, hell or life, and defense, and they have special powers. And so like you can attack and do all these things, and you want to fill up your mana. Once that's filled up, then you get this special attack and they all do different things. It's just really cool, man. It's like, this is like a match 3 on steroids. It's incredible. I'm serious. I can't stop playing it. It's free to play. You can also get it on iOS and Android. I even downloaded it on my phone. They don't link up. It's a separate game. It's probably on the PC as well, but it is on the Xbox. I did create a clan. I'm a plug here. This Xbox Live. But if you want to play, you can join a clan, and then you can like add to that and get gifts and all these different things. And there's so many aspects to this game. So you can play like this campaign where you're conquering kingdoms and stuff. You can do PvP, which I actually went through and got all the way to tier 1 this week. I did it in a week's time. Just did a ton of PvP. It was so much fun. I had a blast with it. There are, you get these treasure maps, so you can, and you're still doing a match 3, but you're trying to get as many moves as possible to get like the coins and keys and all these different things to give you more money and stuff. And you got to train your troops and level them up. And it's just, oh my goodness, there's a lot to this. It's super fun. Again, Gems of War. It's probably my game of the year for the last 10 years and the next 10 years coming. There it is. Yeah. Gunny's got it. It's freaking fun, man. I can't stop playing it. I cannot recommend this game enough. It is not your typical match 3. So if you hear me say match 3, don't shrug it off on that. There is a lot more to it. That's how you play. You're matching, but there's skill to it. So, yeah. But anyways, and again, it's free. This is the best free to play game I've ever gotten. I actually bought I gave him like $5 and bought some treasure map key things just because I'm like, I've played a lot more, and I probably will give these guys money. It's just, it's free. I want to support a developer that makes what I absolutely am loving, putting just tons of hours into. I want to give them some money back. I don't mind paying it, but you don't have to. Again, it's not one that you don't have to pay money into it. It's really a great game. But anyway,
awesome. I'll check it out.
That's what I've been playing.
Awesome, guys.
But you play it on the Xbox, Gunny. Then join the guild because you get bonuses for being in a guild. You get daily coins, and then you get a bonus because you're part of a guild. And then you can go into the guild and add. There's tasks in the guild, and then as people put money into their tasks, it's like the gold coin, and it's stuff you earn in the game. You put that in there, and then you get rewards. Like everybody in the guild gets that reward. It's really cool. There's just a lot to it.
Okay, I haven't downloaded on Xbox, so I'll play that tomorrow.
I'm actually playing it while we're recording.
Nice, guys. Moving on now with the news. Big news this week. Lots of news. This is New Year's Eve news. New Year's Eve news with the Jesus. Guys, let's talk cryptocurrency. Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Woo!
I want to buy some.
My Bitcoin is doing pretty good right now. It just increased 5 cents in the last 5 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But in real news, Crytek is moving into the cryptocurrency world with the announcement that they will create a new currency called CryCash. CryCash will be a currency that they will begin using, next week probably, in Turkey with the trial group, the country Turkey. They're going to use a trial group over there of streamers and esports gamers playing the game called Warface. They're going to be paying those players instead of with cash. They're going to start paying them with CryCash. And CryCash will have a real world value that they can use to pay for items that they can buy for their characters, for the game, etc. They expect that Crytek says that they don't know how far they're going to push CryCash or if they're going to expand it to the whole world. But they say that it could be a thing where they kind of plan to have it as a cryptocurrency that can expand to esports worldwide on any game to start paying their esports competitors with CryCash.
That'd be something. Yeah, actually, I get a CryCash every month on the second.
You get a CryCash?
Yeah, on the second of each month.
Why the fuck do you get CryCash? What the fuck?
Well, after I pay rent, and then I cry because I have no cash. But I'll bump.
Someone put the drum mix in here. Fuck, Gunny with the jokes. No, but yeah, man. I mean, they say that users are pretty familiar with the currencies that are like Bitcoin and Ether, which is our other cryptocurrencies right now blowing up. They're saying that they could use CryCash in the same exchange that they will be able to use Ether and Bitcoin. Then they can convert that currency, CryCash, into any currency they feel like converting it into. You can convert it into US dollars, pounds, Canadian maple money, anything.
Maple money.
Are we going to a one world currency soon?
Maybe.
Is that what's happening?
I never should have told
like.
them our $10 bills smelled like maple syrup.
I mean, what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think it's a good idea for Crytek to move into this cryptocurrency world?
I don't know, man. It's a rough place to be. I mean, Bitcoin is diving right now.
Well, Bitcoin is diving because Ether is rising. See, once Bitcoin became so big, this other company, Ether, the cryptocurrency Ether, came up, and they made their own cryptocurrency that people are buying into because they're like, well, Bitcoin is doing so good, I'm going to go buy Ether. So Ether blew up. And now Ether is like up there with Bitcoin, but now Bitcoin is dropping because Ether is increasing. And then Bitcoin goes because Ether drops. And then Bitcoin, it's just, I don't know. I don't get this cryptocurrency shit. I don't understand it. It's just weird.
I don't trust it. I think it's going to be something that's going to crash big time because my understanding is there's no real money backing it.
No, there's nothing. No country.
Right.
No country backs it. No money backs it. Nothing of... It's the only money in the world that's not backed by a physical thing, like like oil, anything, nothing. Yeah. And the weird thing about Bitcoin is the guy who created it, this fucking, I forget his name. They have his name somewhere. This motherfucker doesn't exist. That was a fake name he used, and no one has ever like came out and said, yeah, I'm the guy who made Bitcoin. That's me. Go hire me to work anywhere.
He's collecting the checks.
But he's never came out and said, this is me. Like, I made this. No, nobody. Like, nobody's ever said that. He could be dead for all we know. Like, fuck. I mean, it's crazy how it blew up. I mean, I don't know. It's just nuts. I don't get
I have a buddy
Bitcoin.
that made a lot of money off of that.
Yeah.
He bought early and made a...
I remember one of my friends, we were hanging out the other day, and he was telling me how he was so disappointed that back in 2009 when he showed it to me, because I remember when he showed it to me, like Bitcoins were like $50 a piece.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember, I even hanging out with him. I remember telling him, like, dude, this is never going to work. Like, what the fuck is this Bitcoin? He's like, dude, it's like money, but digital. I'm like, you're fucking full of shit. This is never going to work. And now those people are fucking millionaires. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a risk, right? We could have easily taken that risk and failed. It could have failed. It's like lost all that money. So, yeah, I mean, good luck to Crytek with their Crycash. Is that what it's called? Crycash?
Crycash.
We'll see what happens. Crycash.
We'll see. I'd rather just get paid a regular...
We're all going to be getting paid with Crycash in the future. Yeah. The US dollar will be nothing compared to Crycash. I only accept Crycash and Bitcoin in my establishments.
Yeah, and I'm curious as to how that works out in Turkey and how the government accepts that as...
Well, apparently
currency.
their government is going to be,
I mean, do they... Yeah. How does it work out with taxes?
It doesn't matter.
Like that. It's like an exchange thing, right? So it'll exchange to whatever currency you want it to exchange to, and there's got to be some sort of rate for it, right? So it's going to work just like money. So if you're coming to Canada, for instance, and you have Crycoin, you would have to go to your
bank or something,
Bitcoin bank machine or whatever bank holds your Crycoins, and have it exchanged to whatever currency you want. Yeah.
And I've seen those ATMs.
Do it really.
I've seen those ATMs at the mall. They do exist. It's fucking weird though.
I don't see them around like where I live, but if I go downtown to Toronto, there's
I've seen them at the airport, and I've seen them.
Hey, I accept Bitcoin.
I've seen it at the airport, and I've seen them at the mall. And I'm pretty sure like banks probably know how to deal with Bitcoin or something, kind of exchange it somehow. They probably do.
Your everyday regular bank would probably
PayPal probably accepts Bitcoin now. I don't know, guys. But guys, I do know that next year I'm going to have a mental disorder called...
I thought you already did have one.
You already do.
Gaming disorder. Guys, gaming disorder will be labeled next year as an actual disease. It will be published in the International Classification of Diseases as a diagnosable disease. So basically, gaming disorder will be a thing that beginning next year will be diagnosable to people. Apparently, yeah. Gaming disorder, guys.
Yeah, the wording of the gaming disorder hasn't been revealed yet. However, as the New Scientist report, the draft outlines the criteria needed to determine whether someone can be classified as having a gaming disorder.
Yeah, I mean, some people are saying that the problem with one of the doctors who helped find this disorder, Dr. Andrew Pressa, blah, 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 where fuck, I can't even pronounce his last name, from Oxford University, he said, basically what happens is that people are spending too much time glued to their video games. He says that about 10% of the people they polled out of 500 people, 10%, so like, I don't know, 50 of those people, said they spend between 12 and 24 hours gaming continuously. Like non-stop. Like, that's a long fucking time. I can't game for 12, but maybe, I don't know, 12 hours? I have to take a break, dude. Seems like a long time.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that got addicted to like Warcraft and shit like that, and they just fucking sat.
They live in the world, right? They live in the world, yeah. But basically, he says gaming is highly addictive, and it's no wonder many respondents from our study admit to playing them for so long, and therefore it should be classified as an actual disease. And he says not to mention how much money video game companies are making. He's like, these companies are making tons of money, and they know what they're doing.
And we need a piece of it. We need to prescribe you pharmaceuticals that you can pay for, and we can make lots of money off of it.
Hey,
you have a gaming disorder. Yeah. Hey!
I see an agenda hidden behind this from our fine government in the United States of America.
You know, this is not actually the United States of America passing this law, Gunny.
This is the world.
It's the United Nations. And since we're part of the United Nations, we have to follow their...
Sure.
Yeah, they can be trusted.
The WHO guidelines, the World Health Organization. That's who's actually passing it. The World Health Organization is actually ran by the United Nations, I think, and they're all together. So, like, if you're part of the UN, you kind of follow their guidelines of diseases. Agenda. And I think, I kind of agree, man. I don't know how, I mean, I definitely know there's people that are out there that game, like, too much. And gaming too much, I mean, like, they don't work. They don't want to work.
If it takes over your life, like, that's a different story.
But I mean, what if you're a streamer and you're making money off of gaming? Like,
well, then that's your business.
That's work, right? So they can't technically diagnose you with that shit if you're working. I mean, yeah, you're playing a game.
They can. You're just lucky you're diagnosed as something, you know.
You working? Sorry, guys, I gotta take my medication for my work. Gaming too much. I take my Vicodin, whatever the fuck. What do you think they're gonna prescribe for this? Some Ativan?
They'll make up some new drug.
I hope they just don't do the generic stuff. You know, I want the premium.
You want some premium drugs in your system?
You know what they're going to prescribe? They're going to say marijuana.
Medical marijuana for gaming disorder? Everybody's going to be potheads on Xbox?
Yeah.
It works for me.
Oh, my goodness.
I was doing that Mary John eye drops. I wanted to do drops.
I don't know.
I was going to get that chicken dinner, but then I got high.
Yeah.
Whatever they can fit in a needle and I can do the marijuana eye drops, I'm good. Yeah, I'll just keep gaming. You know? Right? I mean, going down with the ship.
Yeah, I mean, how do you classify someone addicted to a game? How?
I think when it takes over your life, like when it's like, when it's the only thing you're doing.
Well, I mean, I game a lot. Am I addicted to games?
Like I said,
I don't know.
Yeah, but you still go to work.
Yeah, I go to work, but then I game.
If you're not, yeah, exactly. Your responsibilities, you have responsibilities that you need to take care of in your life. If you're not taking care of those responsibilities,
guys, am I suffering from gaming disorder? Hashtag me too. Fuck. I just don't know what to do, man. I mean, this is nuts. I think it's crazy, but at the same time, I understand where people are coming from. Because you got to understand that we as adults, well, me, I'm only 26. But you guys are older, and you guys have seen the generation shift, right? You guys are getting older. Gamers are getting older. You guys are getting older. Gamers are getting older. So, but the thing is, nowadays, our little kids, like my daughter, and like she's 6, dude, and like her whole life, she's known what an iPad is. She's known what video games are. She's been around them. She's seen them. And like even now she owns a Switch. She games. And I'm like thinking to myself, are they making this now because they see the kids that are growing up in this shit? Like, kids are growing up with everything. They have everything. They have the power of the internet in their hands, dude. Like, it is crazy.
Yeah, but you know what? They're missing out. They truly are. They are learning. It's kind of like what I was saying about that game earlier, is that this is a social thing. It's bringing people together. You know, I see my kids all the time. They're just sitting on their phones and they're texting each other. Or they're, you know, they're not on Facebook yet. I won't even allow them because, oh my gosh, I'll never see them again. It's just the other day I went to work and my wife is homesick. So, and I just had my oldest friend me on Xbox, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've got one at the office, and I got the office. I turned it on. It was like 5 minutes later, I see him pop online, and he starts playing Battlefront. Well, I came home early. I had to take my wife to the doctor. I got home at like 2:30, and he was still on when I left the office, like 6 hours later. Him and I had a huge discussion about it. I'm like, you're not going to sit here and play games. I don't care if you're on break. You're not going to sit and play a video game for 6 straight hours.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, they just don't get it. He doesn't care. He thinks I'm whatever, Dad, you know. But it's like...
You do a video game podcast.
If they're not watching TV, then they're on the computer or on their iPhones or on their tablets. Or they are like...
Connected all the time.
Are stuck electronics. Like, they don't know what it's like to go out and play hide and seek. It's like, well, that's boring, Dad. No one does that. But it's like you're missing a lot. And I do worry about the youth of today being so sucked into this social world. I'm more worried about Facebook and Instagram and stuff than I am video games. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that's that's where I think they need to put someone like, not addicted to gaming, but addicted to the whole social media networking.
Social media,
is
dude.
A bigger problem. Yeah.
Social media disorder.
Yeah.
Yes.
But think about that. Think about that at the same time. Think about Netflix. I know so many people on my friends, personal friends, that fucking watch Netflix for 10 hours straight. Look, what did you do today? Oh, bro, I Netflix and chill. I watched Stranger Things for... I just watched... Have you watched the new Stranger Things? Like, dude, that just came out like yesterday. Yo, I stayed up all night. I watched it with my girlfriend for like 10 hours. I was like, you watched Stranger Things for 10 hours straight? Yeah. Yeah, we watched it 10 hours and we didn't go to sleep till like 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning. It's like, what the fuck? You stayed up for fucking 15 hours watching fucking Stranger Things? Like, what the hell, dude?
Watch, right? Watch the whole
season. Like, people do that. And Netflix encourages that shit. They're like, yeah, go ahead, watch 20 episodes, whatever. We'll autoplay them for you.
Drop the whole season all at once. Here you go.
Here we go.
Boom.
We autoplay this shit for you, so we even skip the intro. So
got your attention.
We skipped the intro.
Right? I missed that. Like, I started watching Amazon Prime. That's what I was watching the Man in the High Castle on. And yeah, I missed the skip the fucking opening credits shit because it doesn't do that.
Yeah, so like
Netflix does.
Netflix does. There you go. Netflix disorder. I'm diagnosing you right now, Canadian. Netflix disorder.
I'm so glad I don't like watching. I watched a couple of movies this week with the family.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm so glad I don't watch TV, news. I mean, television in general.
Why?
I don't watch,
Why?
So.
Addicted to television, Gunny? TV disorder?
Yeah. Huh? No Netflix.
But see, like,
I haven't watched Netflix in so long.
Too much of anything can be a disorder.
Bad.
That's what I say.
Yeah, moderation is key.
Too much smoking can kill you. Too much drinking can kill you. Too much driving can probably kill you because you crash somewhere. I mean, too much of anything can kill you, pretty much, or hurt you, or like just mentally, emotionally affect you to the point where you're just functioning correctly as a normal person. But yeah, take it easy, man. Like take a break once in a while. Yeah. Go out with friends. Enjoy the world. There's an actual like world outside in 4K and HDR and everything. It's all there. Enjoy that for a minute, you know.
No, man, I'm too old. I don't have those 4K HDR eyes.
Oh no, you need to get the DLC pack.
The upgrade, man.
DLC loot crate glasses.
I need to go get my my loot box.
Your box glasses to get yourself better vision. I mean, but I agree with you, man. A lot of the kids these days, I do look at my daughter sometimes and I'm like, that is fucking crazy. Like, I remember one time she asked me like, Dad, what did you used to do when you were my age? And I was like, well, I used to play with my crayons, with my Hot Wheels. She's like, what about your iPad? I'm like, what? She's like, what about your iPad?
What did you play on your iPad?
Yeah, she was like, what about your iPad? Like, what did you do on your iPad? I'm like, we didn't have iPads. She's like, what? You didn't have iPads? I'm like, no, we didn't have iPads.
and a chisel, and
we barely even had computers back then. I mean, we had computers, but we couldn't afford them. So, like, we had computers, but they were expensive. We didn't have any in our house.
Like, you were lucky if you saw a computer in a school.
Yeah, an iPad? What's some? Like, she was like, you didn't have any? How did you live life? How did you grow up? You know, like, it's fucking weird to her.
How about debit cards?
Yeah, think about that. Money, like my kid.
Remember
she always tells me
actually go into a bank to get money out.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah. I went into a bank today, and it's funny because I went to cash a check and give the kids all, split the money from grandma that's sent for, and I'm like, is the bank even open today? Because everything's like machines now, and I'm like, I don't even know what to do because I never go into a bank, maybe once a year.
What do I do?
And I went in today, and I'm like, man, it's Saturday, it's 9 a.m. This place is going to be slammed. I used to work in a bank, I used to be a bank teller, and I knew what Saturdays were like. Yeah. I walked in there, and there's like nobody in there. There's one teller working. One teller.
How may I help you?
And I'm like,
are you a human?
And I walked. She's just like, hi, can I help you? Yeah, I need to cash this check. And I was just like, and I walked out, and I remember saying to myself, there's nobody in here.
Yeah.
Like, man, the world's changed. Banks used to be very busy.
Yeah,
super
busy.
Just not anymore.
As a kid, I remember, going to the bank with my mom, and it was busy, man, all the time. Now it's like nobody's.
There was always a line at the bank, man. Always.
Now there's lines at the ATM.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
one person working at the bank going, where is everybody?
I got an easy job.
It's got to be a boring job now.
Yeah, it has to be pretty lame. Anyways, but I mean that's crazy, guys. That's gaming disorder coming to you next year. A lot of you guys will be getting diagnosed with this probably. A lot of our listeners.
Are we going to get a note in the mail saying we were qualified or what?
You guys qualify for gaming disorder. Sign up for your medical marijuana card.
Hours on your Xbox.
They're going to chime us on the Xbox.
Everybody start playing offline so they don't know that you have gaming disorder.
Yeah, so stop tracking us. Don't track the gamers. Oh, man.
Everyone's going to need a VPN.
Yeah, pretty much. Guys, on our next piece of news here, the App Store has now guidelines to require developers to disclose loot box reward chances. So 2017 has been the year of the loot box, and we have seen that with Shadow of War, Middle-earth Shadow of War, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 being the forefront of the, the hate of the loot box. But now in the recent updated App Store guidelines, Apple has added an additional requirement under the in-app purchase section, which explicitly states developers must be transparent about the success rates for their loot boxes. End quote. Apps offering loot boxes or other mechanisms that provide randomized virtual items for purchase must disclose the odds of receiving each type of item to customers prior to the purchase. So apparently Apple has taken the stance of saying, fuck you, developers. You need to tell our fucking users what you're giving them when they're buying this shit. I like that.
It's funny that Apple's the ones doing
Apple,
that.
right? The one that they have.
Well, I mean, what do they have to lose, right?
Yeah, they're one of the world's biggest companies,
they just
man.
had that whole scandal where it was like they knew they were throttling their own customers, so they didn't fucking ruin their phones or something.
Yeah, their batteries.
Yeah, but they have a fix. Give us $30 and we'll fix it.
Yeah, $30 battery, $30 battery replacement.
They're throttling you to get you to buy. iPhone sales have dropped. So they're throttling you to force you to upgrade.
But
that's
even,
what it is, plain and simple.
No, but
Don't
they
buy
say
the PR marketing.
But they say that they're saying that it's because of your battery.
And they can replace your battery for
your battery life.
They in that response they've dropped the battery replacement fee to $29.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. I mean, personally, I used to like iPhone a lot, man. But I switched over to my Galaxy. I like it.
You know what? Oh, I was going to say, yeah, they've dropped it down to $29, Jesus, so that when you come into the Apple store, they're going to be like, why don't you just buy a new phone?
Just get a new one.
Just buy the
Just
new
get
phone.
iPhone X.
Yeah.
iPhone X does everything better. Just get this one. It's like, oh, okay.
Dude, I'm telling you, have you guys gone in and bought, like, switched to a different cell phone provider recently?
I did.
In the last year?
Yeah.
No,
Did you feel like it was worse than buying a freaking car?
Yeah, they try to sell you on everything. Like, we're so much better at this.
And it's all on paper. They're writing stuff down. It's like, I felt like, it's easier time buying a car.
Like,
the reputation.
You have to sign contracts for this and this and this and initial here.
It was terrible. It took like 4 hours.
We need to run
to
your
get a
credit,
fucking
sir.
cell phone. I'm like, come on, people. It's insane. I don't even want to do it anymore. I'd rather buy a car.
With mine, it wasn't so bad. I mean, I ordered everything online, so I just literally, like, I just sign everything online. Like, you just put in your email, type your name, bullshit, and then they send you the phone in a box, and then you just open it, turn it on, and then that's it.
That's what I'm doing next time.
Yeah, online is so much easier to activate a phone nowadays. They just send you a phone with the SIM card. Usually the SIM card is already in the phone, and it even tells you, like, this is your new phone, like, Mark, this will be your new phone. And then they just say your name on there. It has your phone number on the box. You open it up, you turn it on, and it works. It's simple.
I'm doing that next time.
The only problem with that is that you don't get to see the phone colors in person, but I always buy black, so I don't really care.
Same here. Right.
Yeah. But with the App Store, guys, how do you guys feel about this loot box disclosure thing that they require now developers to put on there? I mean, it's every game.
Yeah, I think it'll bring more awareness.
I mean, we have warnings on everything anyways.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, I guess. I mean, you have to disclose your calories in your food, right?
True. That's very true. Yeah, you do have to.
There's a lot of laws like that, so why not this?
So maybe there's some kind of something psychological behind this with somebody who has, maybe
gambling addiction or something.
Yeah, something where, maybe they have a problem with, gambling or just.
But I mean, at what point?
Where they might think twice about.
At what point will casinos have to disclose the odds of winning at this slot machine, and what exactly are you going to win if you win? Like, come on, man. Like, leave some excitement to it.
I mean, or maybe they're just going to be like, you know what? I see my odds, but fuck it, I'm going to buy that anyway. Yeah,
that's true.
But I mean, like, lottery corporations do have to give you an odds.
Okay,
See,
that's the
slot machines don't, because I mean that wouldn't make any sense, because everyone would go to the slot machine that had the best fucking number.
Okay, so you say that, and I know what you're talking about. We've got the California lottery here. I don't play it. I don't like gambling. Not a religious thing. I like my money. I'd rather buy video games or.
I've always bought into those lotteries. There's like a crazy lottery here in Oregon that they do like every once in a while. Like they do like the Thanksgiving lottery and like a St. Patrick's Day lottery where like they only give out like 100,000 tickets for like $10 a piece, and then one person will win like $1 million. Like so many people will win like $1,000, and so many people will win like $100. And I actually won $100 one time. I was like, what? That's pretty nuts. That was like one time though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I pulled $100 on a Nevada ticket one time. That's the only time I've ever won anything in a lottery.
Yeah, I won $100.
And that was when I was like 17 years old.
You gotta try again, Canadian. Maybe you win the Canadian lottery and you'll be super rich.
Dude,
with your Maple money.
$60 million. We bought tickets for that one. And here's the kicker, man. I was like, all right. It was at my Christmas dinner from work just before we got off on the Friday.
Hit the first
and I went in and I bought at the convenience store. I bought a ticket and I walked out. I went home. The next day was the draw. I hear the draw was the winning ticket was sold in Bowmanville. Guess where I bought my fucking ticket?
In that town?
Bowman.
Oh,
I was
my
freaking
God.
the fuck out, man. And I'm like, no way. We could have won. Fucking blink. No, you're a loser. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, we won $10. Won $10.
There you go, $10.
Yeah.
Woo! Anyways, guys.
Buy 2 more tickets.
This far, let's see, back in May, regulators in China forced Blizzard to reveal the probabilities for earning certain rewards in Overwatch loot boxes in China. Blizzard disclosed that a legendary item, for instance, only had a 7% chance of appearing, while epic items had just below 20% chance of appearing. Though these are presumably the same rates in North American versions of the game, there isn't any way to know for sure without Blizzard disclosing that information here in the United States and Canada and Mexico as well. But some developers already have the Note loot box as a marketing tool for their games. At the Video Game Awards we saw earlier this month, that A Way Out, the director Joseph Fares assured fans that his games wouldn't feature them. Because fuck loot boxes. I remember that's what he said, right? Fuck them or something. While Obsidian promised no microtransactions or loot boxes would make their way into their studio's upcoming Take-Two published game. Even though Take-Two had previously said it would be using these types of models in all their games moving forward. So this kind of like, is Take-Two like saying, all right, fuck this. No, this... Let's not put loot boxes in there, guys. Only in NBA 2K games. Not the other games, just the NBA games. I mean,
I'm curious, Jesus, about this. Now I'm really thinking about this App Store guideline deal with the chances of winning with these loot boxes. Now I'm curious how it looks on the screen. I'm maybe I'm.
Do you have an iPhone? I don't know. I don't have an iPhone, so I can't do it.
So yeah, I've got my credit card on here, so I'm going to download it. I'm going to see what kind of loot boxes and just how is that.
Download like a game that has loot boxes, like, I don't know, what games have loot boxes? Just any game, really.
I'll see if that has it.
Fucking free-to-play
I've got
shit.
7 or 8 games on here. But I want to see, is it just like the world's smallest writing at the bottom of the screen?
Like one little tiny fucking, you can't even see it.
You gotta fucking zoom in like as far as you can, and then it's just like a speck that you could just read.
Yeah, like a little asterisk next to it.
Just kind of like, we want to keep ourselves safe, and there's thousands of
just in case you read this, these are the odds of you winning something in this box.
Yeah.
Oh,
or is this actually giving it good? That's the thing, I doubt it.
Yeah, I'm hoping the Android Google Play Store follows suit pretty soon. I don't know if it will, but it might. Why not? You don't know. It's Google, though, so, yeah.
I just think they should ban loot boxes, period.
Altogether? Everything? Just gone?
Yep. Get rid of it.
Really?
I would be on board with that, Mark. I would be fine with that.
Wow.
I've never had a problem just,
it's crazy.
Hey, here's the DLC. It's $15. Okay, here's your $15. Right. You give me what you promised me, in that piece of DLC.
Yep.
I like that. I like that. I like the Modern Warfare style, like
whatever.
Old Call of Duty.
Yep. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, guys. In other news, No Man's Sky players had their first war, and it killed an entire civilization. Dun dun dun. So, guys, in No Man's Sky, players can't really play with each other, right? Like, there's no multiplayer. But this didn't stop the world of gamers to create their own fucking world of civilizations and shit in No Man's Sky. They created something called the Federation. And the Federation, you can think of it as the Space United Nations for No Man's Sky. Basically, there's different clans and groups and races and groups of players that get together. They colonize certain planets, and they hang around those planets, and they name those planets, and they have a United Nations of those things, No Man's Sky, called the Federation. It's really fucking weird. Okay, it's really, just bear with me. Though, there's the thing called the Unification Day. Unification Day was a thing brought up by one of the guys who ran one of the Federation things, and he wanted to unify all the Federations. Like, say, like, you know what, let's all come together in a peaceful way, no fighting with each other, just chill out, we're all cool here. And the problem was that when this guy presented his plan to have Unification Day, another guy who had this other thing, I forget what it's called, some kind of like Olympics for No Man's Sky. He he apparently got pissed off. He's like, what the fuck? You guys, I have my Olympics at the same time. What's going on? A bunch of shit goes down. And basically, there was a war in No Man's Sky. Just fast forward to that. There was a war in No Man's Sky. One of the clans, one of the groups, attacked another group of players by going to their planets and renaming everything. And locking them out of their hubs. They renamed everything in their planets, and just the other, it's called the Vistroga hub, their group had to disband, and they're done. They're done. They no longer exist in the game. But I'm being serious. This is like a whole article, like detailing, like in detail, like fucking civilizations that these guys like play in, like in No Man's Sky. Like, this is fucking crazy, dude.
That is.
Yeah.
This is nuts. Like, these guys, they gather every week. They have, like, chats. They have, like, ambassadors. They have fucking governors for their clans and shit. Like, this is nuts.
It's like EVE Online.
Pretty much, but No Man's Sky style.
Yeah.
Apparently, one of the federations, I forget which one was out. So, the Vistroga hub, that was the hub that got eliminated from the game or whatever. They were voted out of the Federation, like in the United Nations of No Man's Sky. They were voted out because their plan was to like leave the Olympics, and then somehow they were going to start a war with somebody else, and then so they were voted out. But during the voting out, that means they don't have the backup of the other fucking nations. So during that, another group came in and wiped them out. And this other group is like a very RPG military heavy group. They decided to, it's called the Empire of Hova. They decided to go in there and wipe them out. I still get this. This is nuts. You have to like live in this world to understand this whole shit. I don't understand it.
And I haven't played it.
I don't understand it, man. I played No Man's Sky, but it's like a whole new game nowadays. Like, got civilizations and shit. I don't know.
It wasn't like that when we played it.
Wait. There was no fucking wars going on when we played this shit. Oh, man. Anyways, guys, in other news, Ubisoft's new AI is bringing gaming and scientific research together. Ubisoft has opened up a whole new AI research wing called La Forge. La Forge is aiming to harmonize research for both gaming and science. Apparently, for example, they created a San Francisco Bay Area in Watch Dogs 2. They took like a map part of the area out of the game, put the AI that Google uses for their self-driving cars in the game, had the AI of pedestrians walking around like real people, like they programmed them to like act like real people, walk around the fucking area, have the cars drive around that area and see how they would react. And see like if they would run people over or something, you know, like the AI cars, like driving Google car shit. And see if it would like run over the AI of the like the Ubisoft created, like the people. Like if you run them over or hurt them or whatever, or crash into each other. And yeah, so apparently they're helping that. They're helping Google out with, and they're helping out other companies as well to create better AI for self-driving cars, for better robots, like AI robots. Yeah.
Cool.
So apparently Ubisoft will not just be a video game company, an AI company here pretty soon, I think.
Yeah.
So pretty much we're all going to be out of jobs real soon.
Yeah, no, robots will be doing everything for us. We're all going to have gaming disorders and living off disability.
Yeah. I need to drive down there on a weekday. Which is only about an hour and a half away from me, but still through a lot of traffic and just see those self-driving vehicles.
Go down there, Gunny, crash into one of them and blame it. Be like, fucking thing ready to
I'm
me.
going to take my truck down there and just put something in the wall,
park in the middle of the road and see if it hits you.
It was chasing me.
It crashed into me. Fucking stupid AI car. Yeah, they'll have to pull the project because of you, Gunny.
He'll have flashbacks to PubG. People chasing him.
Hey, Jesus, do you realize that your daughter may never have to learn how to drive?
Yeah, I do. I think
a car, they'll be self-driving.
I think about that all the time. I'm like, we live in a world right now where my daughter, by the time she's 16, like 10 years from now or whatever, like she won't have to know how to drive. She will just basically be like, just get in my car, program it.
She'll talk to her car and say, "Go here," and it'll drive her there.
Or like,
they
not
won't even know how to drive.
She won't even talk to it. She'll just punch it into Google Maps and jump in her car, and it'll go.
No, she'll talk to it. Punching it in is too. You just get in.
Yeah, it's too hard, right?
Take me to Dad's house, and it'll take you right to your house.
That is. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Yeah, they're saying how like I read something was earlier this month where it said the percentage of people that know how to drive stick shift, like manual, shifting cars.
Yeah.
It's like super low now. Like
very rare.
A lot of dealerships don't even get those cars anymore. They're just like, no, we don't want fucking manual cars. Like we'll take like one of those. The rest automatic, please. Yeah. Yeah. It's nuts. But anyways, more news. Nintendo news. Guys, earlier, Nintendo president Tatsumi Kimishima, yeah, that's his name, yeah, he has conducted a new interview where he says the Switch will sell out through the holiday season, but I doubt it. He says that apparently next year they have a lot of plans for the Switch, guys. The Switch, their console, yeah, they have plans for it. Big news here. Apparently, they're going to have a lot of HD rumble, realistic vibrations in some of their games, their upcoming games, as well as the camera and the HD rumble controllers. Like, there's a camera on the bottom of your controller, if you didn't know. Apparently, there's a camera down there in one of them. Yeah, there's a camera right here. Look. This is a fucking camera. This thing is a camera, and apparently they're going to use this in some type of video game next year. But yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing I was talking about a little while ago. Remember I was telling you that it was supposed to put like holograms out?
Yeah, they're going to use that.
When they were first like showing off what the Switch could do, the cool things that the Switch could do, one of the things was like you would like throw a baseball and it would come out of the fucking controller.
What? Really?
As a hologram. Yeah, I think that...
But why does only one side have the little thing and the other side doesn't?
Because it's only on one side.
Oh, you're right-handed. These motherfuckers are smart. Shit. Oh, these Asians are really smart.
Nintendo's sighing on you with a camera. That's why they don't want you to know it's there.
So apparently they say, guys, apparently, yeah, they're going to use the camera and other things. So apparently they say that at launch in March, apparently it was sold with the highly anticipated Zelda Breath of the Wild game, who was very valued by people who like games. He says that is a big factor for our sales. But after that, they released Mario Kart soon and Super Mario Odyssey and all the other fucking games. So the family user base, those who don't really play games often, can buy the Switch. And they worked. They say it worked. Their strategy worked. That's what they're saying. So apparently,
you're doing all right.
Yeah. So apparently, he says in 2018 to those who have bought a system during the holiday season, Kimishima asks you to please play the games that you have already released. And those who like games and have had the system from launch, Nintendo has been providing DLC so they can be played in the long term. And he says, next year Nintendo will like to provide games that make use of the Switch's new play styles. Yeah.
Okay.
This is a weird interview. Like, he's Asian, man. Like, they had to translate this shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, but apparently, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's that. Who knows what's going to happen with the Switch next year? We'll see.
So he's like, things are going to happen, but I'm not going to tell you what they are.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Sure.
What else we got, Jesus?
Okay. I was reading that interview. It's fucking weird the way they wrote that out. What other news?
On the Swii.
More news, guys. More Nintendo news. Wow.
On the Swii. Who's playing the Swii?
Wow. Nintendo Switch.
People, man. Lots of people.
Nintendo Switch has overtaken the PlayStation 2's first year sales record in Japan this year.
In Japan.
Of course. That's crazy, though. Like,
Yeah.
The Nintendo Switch in December in Japan hit 900,000 systems sold by December 24th.
Wow.
That's because fucking what's it called came out, Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah. It says here in its homeland, it has just sold under 3.3 million Switch units. Wow. That 900,000 systems was just in December, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Wii
Holy
U.
shit.
Okay.
That's a lot of gaming consoles for like not even a full month. That's like 3/4 of a month. Like, what the that's a lot of consoles. Holy shit.
That's crazy.
They sold 3.3
It's
million.
Christmas time, though. Oh, no, I guess Japan doesn't do Christmas,
do they have Christmas? I don't know.
Do they?
I don't know. Our one Japanese listener, please write in and let us know if you do.
Yeah,
Christmas.
let
They
us
have a
know.
Black
Do you
Friday
do
like we
Christmas
do.
over there?
Do you guys have Christmas, eh?
I
Yeah,
don't
Japanese,
believe
do you
so,
have
guys.
Christmas? Somebody write us in. Twitter.
Aren't they Buddhists?
No,
Are
I don't
they?
think so. Maybe. I don't know. I thought they all prayed to their emperor or whatever.
That's Chinese.
I'm trying to think of what Chief E used to say on CADcast, but
I don't remember they do Christmas.
Yeah,
Maybe?
they didn't celebrate Christmas over there. But he doesn't celebrate Christmas anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't.
no.
So
Yeah, not
the
him
fuck?
specifically. Just Jewish. But anyway, go ahead, Jesus.
Anyways, comparing the PlayStation 2 and Nintendo Switch's first 12 months on the marketplace, pretty much it says here that Nintendo has blown away the fucking, the PS2.
That's crazy.
Wait, no, it says here that in the first month, the Switch sold 520,000 units, but the PS2 in its first month sold 900,000 systems.
Yeah.
That is fucking nuts. Wow. But yeah, but apparently the PlayStation 2, through its first year, like after this, it kind of just hit like a low, and just kind of stayed there. It wouldn't go up or down. It just stayed like kind of low. And apparently the Switch is doing pretty fucking good. Pretty good. And they're expected to outlive the Nintendo Wii U.
I mean, they had a good year this year. This year was good for them.
Nintendo Wii U.
What's everything will outlive the Wii U?
Fucking 12. How many units did they sell altogether? Like 12 million units or something? 9 million? The Switch probably outsold them already. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. By a long shot, probably.
What is this? Is this the same article again? Oh, fuck. Oh, this is the new article down here. What is this?
Down here.
Guys, I got a news for you. Big
What?
news.
What's the news, bro?
Hundreds of creepy mobile games can use your microphone to track what you watch on TV.
No.
Dun, dun,
yeah.
dun! A New York Times report out on Friday said it identified more than 250 mobile games in Android's Play Store. They use always-on audio recognition software to track users' television and ad viewing behavior. Experts cited in the report also say that the software's developer, a startup called Alfonso, does not clearly describe how the games, some of which explicitly target children, use players' phones. Apparently, they take advantage of your microphone and your tablets and your smartphones to listen for audio signals, which can detect if someone is watching a specific ad, TV show, or a movie.
Wow.
This ambient surveillance is ongoing, even if the game is running in the background, and even if the game itself does not necessitate a microphone to play it. Users are, of course, always prompted for permission to access their microphone, but one expert quoted in the piece argues the wording is still misleading. When you see permission for microphone access for ads, it may not be clear to the user that, this means it's going to be listening to what I do all the time to see if I'm watching TV or whatever.
Yeah.
So apparently they say the companies need to go above and beyond to be careful to make sure consumers know what's going on. That's pretty nuts.
It is.
Oh, wow. They're always watching. Hey, Google is listening to me right now. Hello.
I'm going to call my game apps right now. I got two
Just
of them.
delete them. Just delete them, Gunny. Delete them. They're in your phone. You're hacked now. You're hacked for life.
You gave the permission for them to use your mic.
But
They can
hey,
use it.
Always-on listening devices like Amazon Echoes are becoming increasingly common, and these use the same thing. They apparently, yeah. So Amazon Echo, phone
Google
games,
Home.
Google Home. What else do you? Apple iPhone Home or whatever. iHome, is that what it's called?
No, I think the iHome is like more of a docking station or something.
Whatever, the Apple bullshit speaker.
Siri.
Yeah, she's on your house. She does that. She probably listens to you. Yeah. All those, that's crazy. Wingman,
All
you're
your
being
Wi-Fi
listened to,
light
Wingman.
bulbs.
See, every time Siri says, sorry, I didn't get that. I'm like, sure
laughing. She's laughing. I know that you're not going to tell
I
me.
got that. She's saying, I got that. I got all of it. Yeah. Guys, in case you didn't know what's coming in January 2018 for video games, we have plenty of games for you. On the Nintendo Switch, on January 11th, you got The Escapist 2. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition is coming to the PC and PS4 January 2016. Gintama Rumble for the PlayStation 4 on January 18th. World to the West on Nintendo Switch. The Deathmark, Kirby Battle Royale, a bunch of other fucking games. Monster Hunter World is coming to the PS4 and Xbox One. And Railway Empire to the PC on January 26th. You guys excited?
Yeah, I might pick up that Monster Hunter Worlds. I've seen little gameplay, and I know I've talked to several people over the last couple years, and they love that game on the 3DS.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things coming out of that game before. Yeah, and like it was a big deal how it's coming to like everything, like Xbox and everything. So like, yeah, we'll see what happens with that game. Anyways, guys, let's move on to more sad news. Police and the FBI are now investigating whether an argument over an online game prompted a prank call that led to a house where an officer shot and killed a Kansas man who apparently wasn't involved in the dispute. Police say the death Thursday in Wichita, Kansas may have been the result of a practice called swatting. Of course, we as the Horrible Gamers podcast understand what swatting is. We don't condone it, and we don't encourage you to partake in this. It's very bad, people. Don't do it. But apparently, swatting, guys, I'm going to explain it to you, is a situation in which a person makes up a false report to get a SWAT team to descend on a certain address or location. Wichita Deputy Police Chief Troy Livingston said an officer responded to a report that a father had been shot in the head and that a shooter was holding his mother, brother, and sister hostage. When the police arrived at the house, a 28-year-old man who came to the front door was shot.
Oh.
And he is now dead. He died.
Damn.
The man has not been identified by police, but Lisa Finch told the newspaper that the victim was her son, Andrew Finch. She said he was unarmed and was not a gamer. Livingston did not say what caused the officers to shoot the man, but Livingston did tell reporters that at the scene that police were called to the home after being given some information. Police were expected to provide more details at a late afternoon conference. The Exerto, an online news service focused on gaming, reported that the series of events began with an online argument over a $1 to $2 wager in a Call of Duty game on UMG Gaming, which operates online tournaments including one involving Call of Duty. We woke this morning to horrible news about an innocent man losing his life. Shannon Garrettson, a UMG vice president, said in an email to the Associated Press. Our hearts go out to his loved ones. We are doing everything we can to assist the authorities in this matter, and she declined to disclose other details. The FBI estimates that roughly 400 cases of swatting occur annually, with some using caller ID spoofing to disguise their number. An FBI officer in Kansas City, Missouri, which covers all of Kansas, said the agency joined the investigation at the request of the local police the other day. Lisa Finch, the mother, told the newspaper that her son was murdered by the police. She said he went to the door after hearing something, then screamed and was shot. She said the family was forced outside barefoot in freezing cold and handcuffed. She said her granddaughter was forced to step over her dying uncle and that no guns were found in the home. What gives the cops the right to open fire? She said that cop murdered my son were a false report in this place. Livingston says the police are investigating whether the call that led to the shooting was a prank. The officer who fired the shot, a 7-year veteran of the police department, will be placed on administrative pay leave, which is a department policy. Another case of a parent swatting 3 families in Florida in January had to evacuate their homes after a detective received an anonymous email claiming bombs had been placed at the address. A 20-year-old Maryland man was shot in the face with rubber bullets by police in 2015 after a fake hostage situation was reported in his home. And Representative Catherine Clark in Massachusetts, it's hard to say that, whatever, Democrat, introduced an anti-swatting bill in 2015, then was herself the victim of swatting after introducing that bill. Armed officers in 2016 responded to an anonymous call claiming an active shooter was at her house. Anyways, guys, with that being said, it's horrible, dude. I don't condone swatting at all. This is so fucking stupid, right? Why people do this? Why you think it's funny? Why you think that engaging in this shit is a game is not cool, man? Like, fucking cops have guns. They have guns. They have shit that'll kill you. And when you get a call that someone's holding somebody hostage or someone killed a bunch of people and they're hiding it in a house, they're gonna come in there like ready, like they're going in there thinking, okay, this is a dangerous situation. I need to be prepared, and they're gonna be prepared. They could easily kill somebody. So like, what the fuck is? I can't believe people actually do this, dude. I just can't.
It's disgusting. You know, like what's it do for you? It doesn't. What does it prove? What is it doing that makes you feel so good about this? Like, you just fucking screwed someone's life up, man. Like, people don't think about the cause and effect. You know what I mean? Like, what effect this is going to have on other people.
A $1 to $2 fucking wager killed somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can just armchair this one and say, that's fucking terrible.
I can't. Just
so, did it say like was he streaming online? Was that the thing?
So the guy who got shot, he wasn't the one involved. Apparently, what had happened was these 2 guys were playing Call of Duty in a match. One of the other guys was like, "I'm gonna swat you," and the other dude was like, "Ha, I fucking dare you to." Gave him a fake address. The fake address was to that guy's house, the one that got shot.
Got it.
So when the police went there, they were thinking this guy had his dad or whatever. He's holding his mom hostage, his sister hostage. They went there thinking this dude has a gun. He killed somebody, you know? So they show up there and they shoot him. And they evacuate the house, think everybody get out, whatever. Then they call the paramedics. They come in and try to save the dude's life. He's dead. But this dude had nothing to do with it at all. He was just hanging out in his house randomly, and someone knocked on the door, and it was the cops, and they shot him. Okay, we don't know why they shot him, but they shot him, and he's dead now. And
that's the thing. Like, shitty. Why did they shoot? Did he walk out the door with a gun in his hand? Like, what?
Right.
Well, it could have been questions. It could have been anything, right? It could have been he had his hand behind the door, like on the door handle, and the cop was like, "Show me your hand." He didn't show his hand fast enough. Something, you know? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. So I mean, think about you. You think about yourself getting a fucking knock on your door right now. You go to check it, and the cop is out there like, "Hey, put your fucking hands up." You're gonna be like, "What for?" You know, what did I do? You know, like,
right.
You know, and you could get shot for that.
Yeah. So I think a couple things here. I think they'll probably find out easily enough through like whatever gamer tag or I don't know. Assuming maybe it was on PC, it could be a whatever. You know, that person needs to go down for.
Whoever the fuck made the call needs to go to prison for a long time for murder, dude. Yeah. For murder. I'm not gonna fucking lie. This dude killed somebody.
He did. And I think the other thing too is, I think every police department in the world, not only here in the U.S., but needs to be a little more educated on swatting. You know,
swatting is still it's a tough thing though, man. It's not too hard to swat somebody. You call the cops on somebody and say, "Hey, I did this. I'm here." The cops are going to be like, "Okay, you're there. We're going to send the police right away." What are they supposed to do?
Yeah. True. Especially when they mask their, you've seen
they use
these guys,
VPNs
like,
to mask.
You know how they use like certain phone numbers.
Yeah,
and they can mask it or clone that phone number like super easy.
Definitely, yeah. So, yeah, it's bullshit, dude. Like, if you participate in swatting, fuck you, man. Like, you're a piece of shit, and you shouldn't. You know, like. Just don't do it, man. Don't fucking do it. And don't enable someone to do it for you. Don't, like, don't ever threaten somebody to swat you. Don't just be like, no, dude, whatever.
Yeah.
Man. You know?
Right.
Like, don't, because motherfuckers, they'll do it on purpose. They'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to swat you. Do it. I dare you. No, don't do that. Just, the person might be serious, and they might do it. And then you're screwed. Like, there's been streamers that get swatted a lot. Streamers are the ones that usually are the targets of this, thing. But,
Yeah, keep that in mind. Party Up Live, Gaming, who's in the chat, friend of mine.
Streamers, they get people mad, and oh, you talk bad about my game, I'm gonna swat you. Like, oh, don't do that, man. Like, it's horrible. Yeah. You anything to say, Wingman?
I'm just really saddened by this.
It's horrible.
I agree. The person that made the swap. So here's two things. I think the person that gave the false address and the person that called the SWAT should both be brought up in charges.
Yeah,
I think it's both shared. I
mean, if you're gonna give
as a joke,
give a false address, give them like in a fucking abandoned fucking warehouse or something. You know what I mean? Like
an address that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
you don't.
somewhere,
Don't send them to somebody else's house because you're a freaking coward. And then don't be an idiot and SWAT. Those two, I think, need to go to jail. Period.
Yeah, I agree. The guy who gave the false address is a fucking idiot too.
These are definitely what I call acts of evil. So,
yeah, this is not an accident. This is not a joke. This is not, oops. An innocent person is dead.
Yeah.
Because of freaking two idiots, And those, I hope they catch them, and I hope they spend the rest of their life in jail. I really do. They don't deserve to live. That other person did, And regarding the cops, cops, I hope we find out what happened. I do hope they release it. And if the cop is at fault, I do hope that he spends the rest of his jail. But, when the cops are responding to a murder or hostage situation, dude, they can't go into it going, okay, this is probably a joke. Because 99% of the things they deal with
taking
are
it
real.
serious. Yeah,
it is a serious thing, and that's what these idiots need to realize is you can't take some serious job like that and make a joke out of it. Those cops put their lives on the line every single day going into situations that this moron wouldn't even, I'm not going to have the cops at my house. I'll send it to someone else's house. He's not even brave enough to say where he really lives, These cops are responding, trying to protect people's lives. I can probably guarantee that cop is feeling horrible. I mean, we don't know what happened there, but people got to understand what's really going on. Grow the hell up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Period. This is terrible. Unbelievable. It's so sad.
Yeah, I agree. I that guy who gave the false address is a dumbass too. Like you're a fucking idiot. Why did you do that? And he should definitely be held accountable as well for giving that address. And I agree with you, Wingman, that the police officers, they need to respond to situations accordingly. And if you get a call that someone's fucking killing people in a house and holding people hostage, you're gonna go in there thinking, I'm gonna take this fucker out. Like, this guy needs to go down.
They're not going to casually walk up the door and say, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah,
they're going to come guns a-blazing.
Fucking yeah, they are. And if you were a hostage, you would expect them to.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If it was me and I was truly in that situation, I'd want the cops coming in freaking hard and heavy and protect my family and stop. Go, hey, what's going on?
Right.
Yeah.
Then they get shot. I mean,
it's horrible. Damn, fucking stupid people. Don't ever fucking do that. Like,
don't encourage it. Don't participate in it. Don't hang out with people that do that crap. Drop them like a bad habit. It's just not right, man.
It only sheds a bad light in your hobby. You know what I mean? On the thing that you love. So stop doing that.
Yeah.
What else we got, Jesus?
Anyways, guys.
Pick up the pace.
In other good news, Xbox Party Chat will arrive now in an iOS beta. Apparently, you no longer need an Android phone if you want to join an Xbox Party Chat when you're away from your console. Microsoft has introduced the Party Chat to the beta Xbox app for iOS. You can apparently on iOS on your phone, if you have the beta app, you can chat on Xbox Live parties through your phone without needing like an Android phone or like a third-party weird app to use. You know what I mean?
That's cool. I can be at work and
that's
we talk to you guys.
I just noticed today that was on the Xbox app on my Android phone.
Really?
I was like, I never knew I could join a party on my phone. I was like, what? Yeah. That's weird.
I never
noticed.
I haven't seen this
that article actually came up today because I just noticed it earlier on my phone.
I never noticed it on my phone either, but I do have it on my Android phone here, and I didn't know you could do that. You can join party chat on a phone. That's crazy. It's pretty cool, but I mean, it's kind of weird.
I got it on PC, but I didn't know you can do it on a phone either, or when it was coming out.
Yeah, that's pretty trippy. Yeah. So see, I mean, if you have an iOS app or iOS Apple phone, go ahead and use that on your phone.
What do I
think you just download the Xbox app, no? Or there has to be an
beta.
Xbox.
It's a beta, though. I think it has to be.
Yeah.
Look for the beta app.
Yeah, there's two different ones. There's an Xbox app and a beta.
Yeah. Download the beta one, and you should be good.
Download the beta app, it's called?
Xbox Beta. Or Xbox One beta or something. Anyways, guys, the media player Kodi is finally available on the Xbox One. You can now download Xbox Kodi, originally known as Xbox Media Center, is finally on the Xbox One console.
There's got to be restrictions on this. This can't work like
it doesn't.
Like just no Kodi.
Apparently it does. They do say some features won't make their way to the Xbox One at all, but others are going to make it to the Xbox One. Apparently, I've seen some Reddit users talk about how they have gotten into stream certain content. Yeah. Some go to Reddit, man. Reddit tells you lots of weird things.
Clint was telling me about this earlier. I was surprised. I was like, really? Like I heard that they were going to release it on Xbox, but I was like, it's never going to come out. It's just going to be something that they said is going to come, and it's never going to come. Like,
what is it?
Kodi?
So Kodi is like an open, like a media thing. So it's like an open app.
You know those Android boxes that do free TV and you can like stream and download
free
all
Netflix,
your
free
shows
Fire,
and stuff?
free everything.
Okay.
Yeah. It's that.
It's basically that. It's a software that does that.
But it's an app. And they have it on everything. Only on your laptop you can get it and you can watch like free everything. TV, Netflix, anything really. But now they have it on Xbox. And there's there's certain workarounds. I know they're on Reddit. There's like a bunch of posts on there where like people are like figuring out like workarounds on the Xbox One to watch TV and all that stuff on there. But yeah. If you're interested in that.
I had it on the PC, and then once I figured it out, watching videos and stuff, and then I was like, I don't know, whatever. I thought it kept crashing my PC, and so I just uninstalled it.
It was just too much work. I have a Kodi box, and I never use it anymore because it's like, I got to find the right file, and then, there's the list that's like so long, and you got to go through and try and find and then the file starts to stream, and then all of a sudden it craps out, or, the timing is off, shit like that is just, there was so many issues I had with it. I'm like, I can just stick with the old way and down the way I do.
Yeah. Guys, in other news,
I don't have cable TV, but I don't miss a show. Let's just say that much.
Yeah. Canadian TV. Guys, moving on now. Nintendo has reportedly delayed the rollout of their 64GB Switch game cartridges. So the 64GB game cartridges was slated to release late 2018, but they're going to push that back to maybe 2019 now. But the plus here that currently Nintendo cartridges, like the game cartridges you see, like if you buy the physical copies of games, are 32 gigabytes. That's what they are. They're 32 gigabyte cards. But LA Noire was a game 27.4 gigabytes on the Switch. But in the European release, when you bought the game, there's a mandatory 13.1 gigabyte download that you have to download on top of what's on the cartridge.
Jeez.
Well, what they did was they opted for the 16 gig cartridge to maximize their profits. So Rockstar was like, no, we're going to buy those cartridges, the smaller ones, to maximize our profits off this game. So they make you download fucking 13 gigs of the game. But apparently they were going to release a 64 gig cartridge next year, but apparently they're going to delay that.
The price is way too high. I mean, you're already paying a premium for Switch games.
Right? Yeah, proprietary Switch cartridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why you look at a game and it's so much more expensive on the Switch than it is anywhere else, because
Those
you got cart. And the thing is they don't want to feel like, they don't want it to be screwy with prices and be cheaper as digital, and so the digital price is the same one,
Yeah.
and it offsets the cartridge the price of the cartridge So if they go up to a 64 gig cartridge,
It's going to be expensive.
it's going to be even more expensive, right? So they were probably betting on the price dropping this year, and it didn't, because memory has gone up.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're the only ones who make that cartridge, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Well, no, it's SanDisk, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
but they're the only ones who really use that. I mean, right? Like that type of style.
Yes,
cartridge.
that exact cartridge, yeah. But it's just flat memory, really.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
like a
same USB stick or
card,
anything.
right? Yeah. Guys, in positive news, Microsoft has surprised a 9-year-old boy who gave up Xbox Christmas gift to donate his blankets to the poor. Apparently, a 9-year-old boy named Ashland gave up his Xbox Christmas present to donate more than 60 blankets to the homeless wandering in the cold. He basically said, I don't want my Xbox, Mom. Instead of buying my Xbox, buy a bunch of blankets for homeless people. And did it. But that caught the attention of Microsoft. So the company surprised him with an Xbox gift. They called him up. They actually found out his phone number. I don't know how. They fucking called him. Said, hey, come to the Microsoft store, where the employees led him to the back. And he received a brand new Xbox, Minecraft Edition, along with other gifts from Santa. And seeing all the gifts made the boy cry. Makes me cry.
Oh.
It was a good story.
That's sweet, man. That's a sweet story.
Yeah.
What an amazing kid, you know?
Yeah, he is.
That's good. That's very thoughtful of him,
Yeah.
guys. Very, very, very thoughtful.
You know,
That's
if you...
awesome.
I'll take your Xbox if you don't want it, you know?
Whoa, Gunny, whoa.
Gunny's like, I'll take your Minecraft one if you don't want it. No, just
Whoa, Gunny, whoa. This is not supposed to be that. No, Gunny.
No.
He's like, I got about 10 blankets in the fucking closet I can get rid of. I'll just give them to the poor. Give me your Xbox.
Gunny is the Grinch.
I do have blankets too, by the way.
Gunny is the Grinch of Christmas right now. Calm down, Gunny. Calm down. In other news,
Way to ruin a
That
good
boy has a big heart.
You ruined a good story.
unlike Gunny.
All right, damn Gunny over here. I'll take your
Don't play his
Xbox,
games
little
on
kid.
Baby, unlike Gunny.
Guys. Anyways, that's the end. That's the end. That's all the news we have. But yeah, let's move on to Facebook questions, Gunny. Facebook questions.
Facebook. Yeah.
Questions.
First one. First one's from our good friend Brian Tulp Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He has a question. He says, have you ever had a game respawn you into a location and timing that is just horrible? It makes it almost impossible to do your objectives.
Call of Duty all the time.
Yeah.
Were you just talking about that? Like last week or the week before or something? You were talking about how you got stuck in I think it was you, Jesus. You got stuck in a safe spot.
No, that was somebody else.
And every time it started up, you would die. You didn't have enough health. It was Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. It wasn't me. Wasn't me. What?
Oh, that was Chris, wasn't it? He was talking about
Chris?
that.
Yeah. Maybe that was Chris. Yeah.
He was stuck in a spot in Wolfenstein. Like, it auto saved him, and every time he died, he would just keep getting killed. Every time he went back in there, so it's like he's screwed. Yeah.
That reminds me of a time on Medal of Honor. I think that was, I can't remember if it was on PC or, I mean, this might have been prior to me. Just this would have been back in like, the early 2000s, but maybe it was on Xbox, where it kind of spawned me in a spot where it was just like this part of constantly mowing down enemies, but they just like sent a barrage of.
I feel like Call of Duty, back in Modern Warfare and Call of Duty 4, and the old one, 2007 one. There's a part in the one of the missions you're kind of like invading. I don't know if it's Afghanistan or Iraq, one of those countries, but you're looking for one of the guys, Al-Assad or whatever the fuck his name is, the main bad dude. So you're like going in there with a bunch of Marines, like pretty cool because there's like a bunch of helicopters coming right, and you're roping down the ropes, and it's like fucking Black Hawk Down and shit. You got a bunch of helicopters going in. You're going in there breaking doors down and shit. Well, there's a part in there where like you go into this like TV station, like a news station, and you go into this room. There's a bunch of enemies like with RPGs and stuff. And I remember when I first played this game back in 2007, for some reason I had ran into the room, and there's a dude with an RPG. He would always shoot me, and it would always blow me up. And it auto-saved at that fucking spot. It just, every time I fucking would like load back in, it's just like RPG, boom, you're dead. RPG, boom, you're dead. Like I had to like restart that whole mission, like completely restart that whole mission to be able to beat that. It was hard.
Screwy.
Any times you guys have had this happen to you?
Ryan or Mark?
I'm trying to think. I know it's happened to me before. I know there's been games where I've had that same issue where it's saved somewhere, and you just I think I had the issue in Skyrim at some point too, where it saved me, and I. It's easy to get out of it because I had so many other saves. I could always drop back to another save, but you spawn and there's a guy throwing a fireball at you or something, and he kills you every fucking time. I've had stupid stuff like that happen to me. Yeah, but
I think I've had a couple where I had to go back like an extra 30 minutes or hour or 2 hours.
Yeah,
because it was just too hard at whatever point it was. I think I did that. I might have done that with Skyrim or. But Mass Effect 2, I think, had a little better system where I think if you press like the select button, it was an automatic save. You remember that? Like when they came out with that, and I thought, oh, that's just the coolest feature ever.
Like quick save.
Yeah, it was a quick save. So they had the automatic saves plus, but there were a lot of games didn't have that option. I think Dead Rising was one of them. They didn't have it. So, anyway. Next question we have is from our friend Jonathan Hall, Pinpoint Red. He says, if Xbox were to say, hey, fuck it, let's do VR, which Xbox exclusive would you most like to see adapted?
Xbox exclusive.
Probably Forza.
Yeah, I mean, that was
Forza.
That first came to mind.
Forza would be cool in VR.
Yeah.
Now, to me, that makes
sense. Being in a cockpit makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that would be pretty cool just to look around, like Jonathan said. He said, doing the PSVR with that PlayStation. Yeah, that one. That would be cool. Sport. Yeah, Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I would say Forza would be the best one. I mean, I don't really see like Gears of War, Halo. I mean, those games in VR would be really hard.
Could you imagine Gears of War in VR? There's so much camera shake in that already. Could you imagine seeing it in VR? Oh, man.
Fighting the Brumac in VR.
We'll do it. Epic Eric would be on that.
I mean, and just Halo, I don't know if it would work out in VR. It's just those games are too fast and like there's too much stuff going on where like you need to see the full area to be able to play the game correctly. Yeah.
How about Fable the Journey? We'll bring back Connect and include VR.
Yeah.
Connect and VR.
Old hat.
Hey, Nintendo brought back the PlayStation Move controllers for their VR.
Yeah.
And it worked. It worked for them.
Yeah.
Sort of. There's a lot of complaints about it as well. Because the tech is too old, right? Anyways.
Those things are
John,
expensive.
he has another question. Last question. He said, also, do you all remember the days when arcades would have like 10 cabinets of Street Fighter 2 and equal cabinets if Mortal Kombat 2?
Of Mortal Kombat 2.
Or Mortal Kombat 2. Maybe it was a Cali thing, but those days were crazy. I know my brother was huge. I mean, we've always been out here in California for the most part, and he's always loved his Street Fighters and Mortal Kombats.
I mean, I remember the arcade in my house when I was a kid. It didn't have like rows of them, but there was definitely like two Street Fighters and 2 Mortal Kombats in there.
Always multiples on the Street Fighters for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, if I was in downtown Toronto, it's a different story. You can walk, back in the day, you could walk in an arcade and it would be like that. There'd be like 10 cabinets back to back, Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter. So just not around me. When I was a kid, I wasn't going to downtown. So it was like, I'd go to the mall and go to the arcade.
Right. Yeah.
Little tiny one. Right.
Yeah. We had our Tekkens and, oh, you know what? Another one just kind of brings back a memory, Ryan. It's Game Share now, and you have that. Is it Shinobi? I think it was a Xbox 360 game that was backwards compatible. Yeah. Yeah, I remember playing that back on the old arcade, man, when I was a youngster at the time. Yeah. Now that I'm old. But yeah, I think it's called Shinobi. It was another good ninja game. Yep.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you remember Karate?
Was that with the one with they were the smaller characters?
No, he was bigger. At the beginning, you climb up the cliff, and then you get off, and you got to throw ninja stars and kick and punch at the like little purple guys and their purple gis, and they're running at you and shit.
Oh gosh, probably because that reminds me of Shinobi. Yeah. Yeah,
it's similar to that's sort of like the newer version of it. Like Shinobi was the newer version of that game.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that's it for the questions, guys.
That's it.
That's it, people.
Jesus, get us out of here.
That being said, guys, I'm gamertag Jesuswalksalot on Xbox Live. You can find me on there. Send me random messages about Destiny 2 is life. And stuff like that. Because I did get I got a random message last night by someone. I'm assuming it's a podcast listener. And they kept telling me that Destiny 2 is life. And that Destiny 2 is so much better than pinball. And that I should not be wasting my time playing a fucking game that I could play on my phone. I was like, dude,
let me tell you something.
1 a.m. What are you doing?
Let me tell you a little something about pinball.
Tell me a little. Okay.
Pinball will outlast me any day. I can sit and play pinball forever. You could sit and play Destiny forever. The difference is like I enjoy pinball. You might not, but fucking pinball is so worth it to me, and it'll be around for so much longer than Destiny, and has been already. Yep. Pinball is it. Without pinball, you.
Uh-oh.
In the 80s, like that's, and then it got set up as a game. Anyway, and I'm not getting on this whole fucking train. And you can find me on Xbox Live, Steam, and PSN under Gib8777. And I'll probably be playing more Pinball Effects, definitely. And Titanfall 2 and PubG, most likely. So hit me up.
PubG. Wingman, we need to play PubG.
Yeah.
But where can we find you, Wingman? Where can we find you besides this Xbox Live podcast?
Yes, so yes, you can find us there. Also, I'm Wingman709 on Xbox Live. Real quick, I wanted to say something. So I just want to say, I love you guys. You guys are great. You guys make me laugh every week. I know. And I want to make sure your community understands. I was joking in the Facebook when I was saying I got to complain about you guys. I actually was like, by the time I got I was listening that morning to go to work. By the time I got to work, I was like, what the hell? I was just like, I got in my car. I was slamming the door. I'm like, I got to tell these guys, But it's all, there's no angst or it's all good fun. And I really enjoy what you guys do. So to your community, there was nothing, I didn't mean it offensively or like really yelling at these guys.
Yeah.
So, and I know you guys all took it that way.
We know how.
Right, of course. We all know you. Us three.
Yeah.
So,
we know you well enough to know what's going on.
Also wanted to say that I'm impressed with your community. You guys get so many questions, and you guys are like, oh, there's so many. I would have loved to have half the questions you guys get. We're always like, come on, guys, send us voicemail, send us questions, send us. When we have a lot of listeners that, I don't know, our people are lazy or something. I don't know. They just don't want to send it. I mean, we'll do giveaways. Like, if you send a voice, we'll get like one voicemail. Like, okay, well, he won or she won.
That's a good place to win.
Friggin' draw names or something because we won. I'm like, wait. Sometimes I feel like, is anyone listening? So if anybody in the community wants to send questions, we'll be happy to answer them over
You guys could win a lot of stuff. I mean,
what you wish for.
TXL does do giveaways of like a lot of stuff, man. You guys do like $60 giveaways, $20 giveaways, games, controllers. It's pretty crazy.
We will. I will say we will not be doing any hardware accessories or anything out of country again. The Elite controller, I recall, went to somebody in Canada, and it cost us almost as much as the controller did just to ship it to freaking Canada.
That's crazy.
That's because that thing weighs so much. That's because that's a heavy thing, yeah. But so would a console.
Rob went through hoops, man.
Jeez.
So, but that's why we like to do the gift cards. It's just digital,
You should have made...
Even if you're out of the country, you can change your address to some address in the States, and then you can cash it in and get what you want.
You could have had just had Rob at the time because he lives in Chicago, and just have him drive up to the border. And
I don't know where in Canada though that the winner was.
That's true.
I just want to say thanks to you guys. Appreciate it. I listen to you guys every week, and you guys usually takes me all week to get through your show, but because it's so long.
It just looks like this one's going to be another
it.
long one.
Yeah. But anyways, thanks guys. Keep it up. Looking forward to another great year from you guys.
Awesome. Yeah. And to all our listeners, man, Happy New Year's to you guys, because it is an incredible year for Horrible Gamers. I feel like this year we've had a lot of growth between us as hosts, our chemistry, and just with the listener base, man, our downloads are up, significantly from last year. And I've seen that. But I just want to encourage all the community, like the listeners. I consider you our community because, you listen to our show. I want you guys to join our Facebook group and just go in there, man, because, there's so many people in there that you can meet that are so fun to play with. And, I could almost say that some of these guys are, MLG status gamers, man. Fucking some people I've played with. I'm like, dude, how are you not an esports guy? What the fuck? Are you just too old to qualify for esports or what's going on? You're way too good at this game. But yeah, shout out to our listeners, man, and Happy New Year's to everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Happy New Year, everybody. Gunny, did you sign out?
I have not signed out yet. I want to give a cut-outs. Okay, one for my good friend Mark over here, Wingman709 from the TXL podcast, and also in the chat Vic, another co-host of TXL.
Hey, Brun, we got to get him on this show sometime.
Brun, you got
to. Brun hates when we do an hour and a half. He will never get on here.
I have to go, guys.
All right, guys. We're gonna make this a short show.
Whenever we decide to do a very short show for us.
45 minutes with Brun.
Yeah. The other one I want to give a shout out to is my good buddy who I play PubG with and other games, and he posted the Elite controller in the Facebook group with I got that blue faceplate, and I love this thing.
Brink, you said?
Really easy to replace. To install.
Hey, put that back up there.
Oh yeah, yep.
That's good.
So,
dude, that's slick.
Isn't that beautiful? I thought, how's that going to, work well or look with? But it's got so much black and silver and blue.
It looks nice for an Elite. I wish Elite controllers could come in colors, man. Those things should be able to come in colors.
Yeah, I think it was $bucks on Amazon, Mark. So I can link that to you, and you can.
I don't have an Elite controller.
Yeah,
any controller really
it has to be Elite. I don't think it has to be Elite
controller, right?
Oh. I got one of those custom ones anyways that my kids get my gamer tag on it. So.
Oh, sweet.
And I've got a camo one, my day one, my Scorpio one. So I'm good. That is cool.
What colors did you get on your custom?
It's all white and then like all the shoulder buttons. So it's not really custom. I don't like wild stuff, but like all my shoulder buttons are like this really cool blue.
Nice.
Like dark blue, and then my sticks are this dark color blue with the D-pad.
Nice.
It's nice. It looks really cool.
Nice.
But then all the plastic's white. So.
Yeah, I've always wanted to build a custom controller, but it's like I have my Elite now, so it's like why would I even bother?
So much money, right? It's like $100 for one of those controllers.
Yeah.
It's like fuck.
I want to be able to just send my Elite controllers and be like, put a new case on this. Let me customize this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think they'd add the Elites someday to that custom.
They will.
Yeah, maybe one day.
$200 for an Elite controller instead of $150.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
But people will buy them, man.
Yeah.
And then an extra $20 if you want your name engraved on it.
For sure. I just write my name with Sharpie.
We will engrave it in gold, real gold.
It's Sharpie. Jesus.
All messed up.
You know what I play? You know what I play my Steam games with?
What?
My Project Scorpio controller.
Oh.
That's what I play my Steam games with.
Nice.
Yeah. The Elite is for the Xbox, and the Project Scorpio's for Steam.
I didn't use my Elite.
Very
I
weird.
don't even know where that thing is. Where the fuck is my Elite controller? Oh,
I actually haven't been using mine either. I've been using my Project
I've been using my
Scorpio.
regular one that came with my Xbox One X. I don't know. Fuck. I haven't used my old.
Is mine sitting right here? It's in the back room connected to
My
the
Elite, the grip started falling off, so I had to crazy glue it back on, and just fucking all messed up. I need to find that thing. Anyways, guys, with the
You know what? You can find me on Xbox.
oh, okay,
Gunnychief, one word, and on Steam, Gunnychief.
Gunnychief.
Let's play some PubG. I've got Star Wars Battlefront 2 now.
You do. We need to play that, guys.
Last night I played. Yeah, played a few matches of it.
with me, so he's got it now.
Yeah.
So they were real quick, just a few matches before we started playing something else. I'm gonna play more Battlefront this week.
Once you play as Rey or Kylo Ren, dude, you're gonna be like, "This game is amazing."
I got to play as Boba Fett.
Boba Fett is
I was
awesome.
like, yeah, he was pretty cool.
He has the fucking
Float
missiles and
above
shit.
everybody
Yeah,
and
you jetpack everywhere. It's so cool.
It was cool. My oldest son loves Darth Vader, and I'm a huge Darth Maul fan.
Yeah.
And he's always like, "Oh, Darth Maul sucks," blah, blah, blah. Well, he was playing a lot of Battlefront 2 this week, and he had to admit, actually, one of his siblings sold him out. He was like, Dad, Colin thinks Darth Maul is pretty cool. And I looked at him and I was looking, he's like, yeah, he's trying to make an excuse, and he's like, well, he is kind of cool.
Darth Maul is a badass, dude. He's so fast with those dual lightsabers. Yep. I mean, Darth Vader's pretty cool, though, but he walks so slow in that game. He's like just walking.
Oh. He's a powerhouse. But
he doesn't need to run.
He doesn't run, yeah. He just walks everywhere. Just fucking kills everybody by walking. Guys, but with that being said...
What does Gidget say?
She says, peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll see you guys next year on the Game of the Year show. Oh, 2017 Game of the Year. Horrible Gamers Game of the Year. It's going to be a crazy show. We're going to be a lot of arguing, I feel like.
Yeah, get out there and vote on the on your Game of the Year. We have a poll up on Facebook group.
Will PUBG
so
win?
head over there and vote for your game.
Will PUBG win? Or Horizon?
Yeah.
You can always add an option. If there's a game we missed, just add it on.
Yeah. There's a lot of games on that list. If we missed a game, fuck.
Maybe you like them all.
Everything
just
that deserves
let us know in the
to
comments.
be on there anyways.
Let us know in the comments.
You like them all.
Yeah. I mean, and then we're thinking about doing other polls for other categories, but we're not sure yet. But guys, get out there and vote.
Gems
and
of
argue.
War. Game of the year.
Gems of War.
Gems of War. Yeah.
What's that game that we played on our phones? What's that game that we played on our phones? That fucking
Guns of Boom?
Guns of Boom. Game of the year 2017.
I didn't even think about Guns of Boom. Oh,
Guns of Boom. Time to change your vote, Canadian.
That's not a game, Ryan. That's not a fucking game.
Fucking mobile game. Fucking phone game.
Do it.
It's not even full release yet. Fucking game. Anyways, guys. We love you. Bye, people. See you next year. Bye. Bye.
New Year. Bye.
Party down hard.
Party,
Get
party,
your controller
party.
and go to bed.
Mm-hmm. Bye. Who's hosting the call?
I think I am.
Fucking Canadian internet. Broken Canadian internet. Damn shit.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever, man.
I mean, myself a bacon double.
Hey, dude. How does this sound?
Delicious. It sounds good.
God, we're not fucking prepared for that, Gunny. You guys haven't even touched the fucking notes I've written.
Well, I mean, I've been studying the notes. I mean, I've been looking at them, and so I wasn't sure, like... So are we going to are all three of us going to come to a consensus prior to starting a show?
We are going to do... we each make a top 10.
Okay, we did that last year.
We go through our top 10,
all right,
and then we give out the categories at the end.
Okay.
I mean, that's the way I was thinking. I don't know if Jesus had a different idea, but
we did that. We did it that way last year. So yeah.
I thought last year's show was good.
Yeah, it was.
We need more categories. We don't like.
How did we do it last year?
We each had a top 10.
And we go through counting down our top 10, what our top 10 is, to get to our game of the year at number 1.
That's pretty fun.
Then we do the categories. Or we could do like top 8 and then do a category, and then from 7 to 4 and do another category, and then from 4 to 1 and then do the game of the year category or something like that if you want. I mean, that would be alright too, I guess.
I don't know if I could even do a top 10. Fuck.
Yes, you can. Why are you putting Mass Effect in twice?
Oh, I did. Fuck, what was I thinking? What game was I thinking? Oh, I was thinking about this game.
Do we have any questions, or are we just going to do like your end of year game stuff?
Oh, no. That's Game of the Year's next show.
Oh.
Game of the Year's next week.
Okay.
Ryan, we gotta talk DropMix.
Yeah, man. You liking it?
So far, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like is trying to get all the damn cards out of the packaging
Yeah.
without ruining them.
Yeah. I got one that won't work.
I did too.
One of my cards. What card is it? Do you know?
Beethoven's Fifth?
Oh, really? That's a puzzle card too, isn't it?
No, it's a yellow card.
Doesn't it have a little puzzle piece at the bottom?
I have no idea. I'd have to go look.
Yeah. Mine's fuck. I can't remember which one it is now. Stupid The Weeknd song, The Weeknd. And it's one of the newer ones that I got.
I bet knowing them, if we contacted them, they'd replace it. Probably with a whole new pack as well.
Probably, yeah.
So,
And they're on
okay.
sale for $64 at Toys R Us.
Seems like a weird game.
Where's the actual? I don't even see the game.
With, so I wouldn't.
Oh, here's the game. Okay, so I see the game for $96.
No, man, go on Amazon. It's $64.
Yeah, on Amazon it's cheap.
I don't see it. I'm on Amazon.
It's 50 something on Amazon. Oh, maybe the sale's over. I don't know.
I think it's
There was-
$69.99
It was $69.99 on Amazon. That's
Okay.
right there.
That's what I paid.
Well, okay, here we go. $49.
Here you go. That's it.
Yeah. 49
That
for
could
the
just
basic,
be the
or
board though, Gunny. That could would just be the board game?
No, it's the board with the starter pack. It comes together.
Pop Diamond exclusive.
Pop Diamond exclusive. What is that?
Well, the pop music, I guess.
Oh, Diamond.
Pop music.
You get the Diamond mix playlist.
Yeah, can I mix some Michael Jackson with some Gunnychief?
If you
Okay,
have
so comes with 15 cards, one hidden track card. Okay, I'm gonna.
It's
Okay, no. No, it should come with 60 cards.
doesn't sound right, Gunny. Don't pull the trigger on it.
What I want to know is why haven't they made an app for this game and I could just play this game as an app?
It is an app.
You need an app.
But why can't they just make cards in an app mode where I could just buy card packs like loot boxes?
Drop the cards. That's the whole point of the game.
I could drop the cards on my phone. I could tap on the card and like bam, throw my phone on the ground.
Well, you know what? You probably could because there's an RF chip. I know my phone has an RF chip in it.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, but not all phones do, so it wouldn't work with everything, right?
Fuck the people.
If you're whining and just go get it.
No, I want this in an app to play on my phone with loot boxes. Lots of loot boxes.
Fuck your loot boxes. You know that?
I want to feel.
We don't want anything new.
achievement.
Fuck your loot boxes.